We are back in the Cantina. 3 Scoundrels. Here we are, ready to go. Ready. Oh, shit. There's going to be some echo. Hold on. Let me turn that down. But we're back, folks. Thank you, as always, Old Man Logan 76 here with Avant and Bob. And we've got Sturm with us from Good Morning Korriban. So, fellas, everybody, say hello. How did everybody do in their first round of 3v3?
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Sturm. Man, I hate 3v3. It's the worst. It is the absolute worst. I lost, and I tried, and I got through a couple I tried a couple of battles. I got killed, and I just quit. So that was it. Enough done. That was all.
Yeah, what up, y'all? 3v3, it was fun. We did a stream here on 3 Scoundrels last night. Old man hung out for a little bit. Actually, Kate, what would you call it? Like, not photo bomb, stream bombed us or something, and came in and hung out. She actually hung out longer than all of you guys. And that
was a fun stream. It was cool.
It was really fun. She helped me change my defense and everything. She roasted some of my stuff, and it was a good time. But I ended up losing.
Right.
In the end.
Rightfully so, you got roasted.
Yeah, I had a Gamorrean Guard scoundrel team in the back, but
I got roasted. I got roasted too for my lack of geos. Like I was put in the corner with the dunce cat.
But I talked shit in Discord, and because that Gamorrean Guard held actually for me, so I have proof of it as well. Anyways, go ahead.
They probably tried to solo it with Lobot and failed.
It did have Django in there at least. Django and Boba.
I lost my GAC round. I had an opponent who placed a really good Ray defense, health steal Datacron, and Ray took down my star killer. And then I couldn't get past that. And then also I tried to get like cheeky with the gas Rex and 5s. And I didn't look at the Datacron, and it had like 130% defense, and gas just didn't go down.
RIP to the Maracron, though, because I'm missing it as well.
I missed it dearly this round because it had a lot of crit damage, and my characters hit a lot harder.
And the Wampacron, because without it, I failed, actually.
Oh, the Wampacron.
Yeah, now you actually have to have a Wampa at like Relic 7 or 8 to make her a little more durable.
Is it a him or a her? I like it. I think I could see it being a girl.
I think Wampa's more fierce as a female, yeah. But I don't know.
Isn't every
like
species?
You imagine you got like a little a litter of Wampa cubs, and Mama just goes ape shit.
Eats them because she's a beast.
Yeah, and this is completely not Swugga related, but Kate was talking about an owlbear yesterday on stream, and I had no idea what the hell that was. And it was on Baldur's Gate, though, the new one. And I was playing Baldur's Gate today, and then I came up on the owlbear. And I pacified it so it wouldn't kill me. And then we decided to kill it, and it had a cub with it. And then, like, the scene afterward, the cub ate the carcass of the mom owlbear. Like I said, it had nothing to do with anything. But it was strange that Kate was talking about the same scene, and then I did it, and then she posted, like, a gameplay of her playing it with Ranger and RSG and all them. And it was the same scene. I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
All right, so I did win my last round. My opponent set 4 GLs. I actually got hung up. I got hung up on his Ray, and I wasn't able to clear him. But he got hung up on my Seer team. And after the match, he messaged me and actually said, I tried my Star Killer against your Seer team, and it failed. And I was like, what?
Wow. Really?
Yeah. And when he failed on that, I also put it was Rex 5s and Vet, the Vet Rex with the Omicron and the Datacron, and that got 3 holds.
So what is your Seer team?
It was Seer, Scav Cal, and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum.
Okay. So you need Fulcrum in there as the attacker, because the one that I faced was Seer, Scav Cal, and Ninth Sister, and I smoked that team with my Bad Batch because there was no attacker.
Hey, if no one has Bad Batch, go out and get Bad Batch because they counter every team ever invented. If you're a streamer and you're like, you ask the chat
during the last stream.
What?
Is that because that's what Kate and I told you in the last stream?
Oh, not just you guys. No, I got a lot of shit for it last night, but like every stream, I'll ask,
Yes.
what's the counter to every single thing? And it's, do you
Bad
have
Batch.
Bad Batch? And I'll say like 10 times during the stream, guys, I don't have fucking Bad Batch. It's going to be something that flashes on the screen every couple minutes. So just
That would be a good sticker slap for you.
yes, just to everyone out there, if you don't have Bad Batch, fucking get them. Okay.
And the last team that I got a surprising defensive hold on was Shorty, Grievous, and Droidica.
I love Shorty. I'm glad that I worked on her and made a team with her.
So I won my match. Kate8 Gaming gave me some shit because she's hoping that if I lose some, she wins some, and Avant stays where he is. The three of us could end up in the same like pod, and the three of us could duke it out, and that would be like
Highly enjoyable.
Yeah, prime level entertainment. But I don't know how she did. I won, you didn't, so I'm not sure.
I think she probably won. She had a pretty high score.
Did she?
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the news, but before we get to the news, I want to bring Sturm on this because we haven't had him on in a while. Sturm, how are you feeling about everything that's kind of happened in the game as of late? Like, how do you feel about the Leviathan, GL Leia, the requirements, and then that can kind of lead us into the new post that CG put out a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, I got myself a 7-star Leviathan. I had some crystals saved up.
There you go.
Yeah, and then I bought a vault so I could finish it off because I figured that it was going to be good, and it was it was a little weird there at the beginning because it was kind of well, I think it was we found out if it's not 7 stars, it doesn't really work as advertised. But once you get to 7 stars on offense, yeah, it can pretty much beat everything. So I'm pretty happy with it right now. At first I had issues with it timing out. I was timing out against Profundity, and even after I took over the bridge. Now I know they had some bugs and stuff. I think they might have, that was when they fixed the bugs, but right now it's doing great. It just does awesome on offense. So I use it and I love it. So I think it's great.
Oh, yeah.
The GL layer requirements so far have been pretty easy. I don't know what you guys think, but except for the new marquee characters, this has probably been the easiest set of GL requirements we've had. I mean, I have all the first round done except for the marquees, and then I got my R2 up to Relic 8, and I just got to get Rolo and Captain Han to Relic 5, and already Relic 3 and Relic 4, so that's a piece of cake.
Probably a shitload of players that brought their R2 to Relic 8 right when that dropped, too.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of motherfuckers that hit that button.
Yeah, and then, so, I mean, I don't know. I think it's like there's going to be one more marquee, right? That's what everyone's been saying.
Yeah, Drogon.
Yeah, yep.
And there's going to be a ship.
No,
right? There's got to be a ship.
No, the requirements are done. They're in.
Oh, the requirements already out?
Yeah. The remaining requirement, everything's out.
I didn't see.
CG released the round 2 requirements on Wednesday?
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
And then Friday released the round 3 requirements,
Bob,
and everyone was like,
Bob, can you pull that up and read that off to Sturm? I guess he didn't hear that.
Yeah, it'll take me a minute.
It's not in game yet, is it? I don't see it in game.
No, it's not in game, but it's
okay.
It'll take
it's
me
in
a
the
minute.
forum post.
Yeah, it's on the forums. I know it was Friday because I was driving to the beach and I kept getting updates about CG posts, and then the Discord is blowing up, and people
it was like, "Holy shit! Did you see what they did?"
I was like, "Oh my god, I have to drive 4 hours. I cannot take this."
I know you surprised me, brother. You were actually on Discord a little more than I thought you were going to be. But at that point was awkward. It's like, oh fuck, they just like, babe, they just dropped like you're probably telling your wife, they just dropped requirements. I got to say something.
Usually the response I get is, "Do you have to do this right now?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I asked my wife today. I was like, "What do you think about me spending more time streaming Swigga?" And she looks at me for a long time. She goes, "Can we talk about this some other time?"
Well, you want to start setting up a NFL cast for the season, which I told you I'm down for. But
yeah, we got to flesh that out a little bit more. But I'm down before the season starts.
All right, I see the post. So it's Captain Drogon, Relic 7, Commander Luke, Relic 7, Bausch, Relic 5, 3PO and Chewie, Relic 7, and Lobot, Relic 3.
yeah,
No Relic 9s for the record.
No ship. No ship.
And only one Relic 8, right?
That's it.
What
R2.
was it? Just one? Just R2?
Just R2.
That's it.
Couple Relic 7s, like all of the marquee tunes, but
all the marquees are 7, and that can be like the marquees are going to be expensive. They are.
And then also CLS and Chupio. So basically, CLS and Chupio, worth it. If you don't have them at 7, it's worth taking them there.
Yeah, because the rest of CLS's team, their stats are based off of what CLS is.
And Chupio. He shares stats as well.
Wow. That's it. That's easy, man. except for the marquees, that's easy.
Especially if you're an in-game account who has a bunch of GLs already. A lot of these are just recycled things. You know what I mean?
Are you saying that like people that ride on yachts, it's like not a big deal for them?
Yeah, because most of this is already done for it.
Motherfuckers. I wasn't going to mention my CLS is Relic 8, but
sailing atop the El Logre, looking out over the skyline.
Except for this month, the El Logre.
Look, I'm looking for enemy frigates in the Spanish Main. That's what I'm doing.
I told him earlier I get pleasure in this month watching his yacht float around without gas in it.
It's just docked. It's like taken out of the water completely. They just put it on the boat lift. It's just sitting there.
And he just sits there staring out sadly.
He goes and stands on his yacht, but he can't put it in the water because he can't put gas in it because it's $1,000 to fill up the tank.
1,000 crystals to fill up the tank.
Speaking of that, you fuckers, we're going to get into the latest forum, the latest news, which I think is interesting considering this.
Hey, I have an important question before we move on.
Stop. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay.
The fact that this news hit, and this is the month that I decided to do this bullshit, is like it just makes sense. You know, when
she's got to be coming soon, right? I mean, if they dropped them that fast, that means, and they're doing these accelerated drop things, that means she's coming fast.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, I agreed to go free to play this month, and I hate it.
Hey, everything.
I love that you're actually showing restraint and not secretly buying packs.
Dude, I might break. I'm not gonna lie. This double drop shit has got me damn close to telling y'all to go like fuck her off. Like, you have no idea how bad this is. When they announced this shit, I literally was in my office and I think I uttered fuck! Like, I literally was like, this had to happen now. And
okay, how many crystals do you have?
Oh God, I'm sitting on one GAC. I've been saving everything. I'm sitting on a couple thousand.
Okay, just save them. Like, don't do refreshes. Just save them.
No, I can't. I'm done with Conquest, so I'm.
Yeah, Conquest kind of drained me.
You already have Kneesa and Rex at 7, right? Relic 7?
No, I've got Rex at 7. Kneesa, that's going to be my double drop target.
Bones, are you looking for a picture of Drogon?
Yeah, is this him right here?
He's made up. He's not real.
Because Sturm, to spite these two guys who I love that I do this show with, I am wailing out on Scout Trooper the 2nd August 1st hits.
September 1st.
Is that Drogon?
Or, excuse me, September 1st.
I clicked off of it. Well,
No way. That can't. He can't have a lightsaber.
Remember, they said that he didn't have a limb.
They did say something about him not having a limb, but I don't think he'll be a Force user. I think he'll be like. I imagine him to be like an infantry unit with like a turret or something.
Yeah. All right. That was going to be my question before we moved on. Like, who the fuck is he, and when are we getting him?
Oh yeah, he's an original character created for this game.
Yeah, he's unique to Swigo.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is it. He's going to be specifically designed to work in tandem with Leia, so his kit dynamite, and it's going to
that's
give us
lame.
a good idea of what Leia's kit is going to do.
This is lame. I to create a character just for Swigo, that's lame. I have to say.
Marvel Strike Force does it as well, and 50 RT I think was one. There was one other.
Yeah, 50 RT, GeoBrute Alpha.
Was that the only other ones?
I think those are the only two.
Those are the only two, I think.
GeoBrute Alpha doesn't bother me because he's kind of generic, like just a regular Geonosian. And I don't know, 50 RT's created just for the game too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad because with a Geo Leia, I'm thinking, and from the art, from the outline that we see, she's in her Endor outfit. I was thinking trench coat Han, maybe a Luke. I will say one thing. I think the fact that we had to put R2 to Relic 8, R2 is now going to be a part of this team.
Yeah, I think so.
And he doesn't have a great permanent place. He goes all over the place, so it'd be nice for him to have an actual home. He deserves a home.
So with that, CG dropped a post, and it left me scratching my head and wanted me to break out the old tinfoil hat because there's definitely some shit in here. We got additive drops. Princess Kneesa and Captain Rex. If you do not have Princess Kneesa or Captain Rex at 7 or a shard equivalent, you will see additive drops for the Princess and Captain Rex in the coming days. There will be 6 nodes for each character for you to farm on. 5 days. I mean, hype in the GL a little.
So there's no overlap with that in the double drops, though, right?
No.
That is correct. It is additive drops for 3 or 4 days, and then double drops for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. So you can do 6 nodes. That's 5 free sims. So you can sim up to 30 shards basically for free.
Yeah.
Before you buy a refresh every day.
But we don't know what the nodes are.
Wasn't there like a controversy of them being called additive drops? We couldn't figure out what that meant.
Well, it just is like a weird way to describe it. Like
it is. It's like you're seasoning a fucking steak. Like you're adding an additive. Like I don't get it. Like just say bonus drops on these nodes for this character.
Yeah.
I love watching Zareth's videos, and he always talks about how CG doesn't understand how to use words appropriately. And
they really don't. And then Bodhi was saying in the chat that Meathead didn't understand how dates work. He got some dates wrong. I'm not sure. I saw something like that in Discord as well.
But to me, calling them additive drops, they should have just used the same verbiage they used previously, which is from the dates 8. I'm just spitballing. I don't know what the exact dates are. Let's say it's 820 to 823. 6 hard nodes will be rewarding additional character shards for Captain Rex and Princess Kneesa. There's ways however they word it for we're having bonus drops where you'll be getting extra shards for Death Trooper on all light side battles.
Yeah.
Right? They could have used words exactly like that because that's what I'm imagining is going to happen. But I don't know.
Is it possible they put any of these 2 on a Cantina node?
So that is my question, because everyone in the content creator world is buzzing about hoarding energy.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what energy you're going to need. They could put all of these additive drops on hard nodes for light side, or They could put them in fleet nodes or Cantina, and you don't know if it's going to be a 12 energy or a 16 energy or a 20 energy. You have no idea what it'll be.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say that people are hoarding energy already just because actual double drops are coming? I mean, people are starting to do that already.
Yeah, but if you're hoarding energy, and you spend all of your hoard on additive drops, then you have nothing for double drops.
And that's the thing. I look at the additive drops like I'm gonna do what I do during the day when I play, but I'm not gonna focus on these additive drops. This is low hang. I feel like this is low hanging fruit that CG wants you to go after, spend some resources, and then double drops hits, and you go, oh shit, I might need that extra $10 pack.
Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat here. I'm being scolded by Kane for not scolding people enough in territory battles and not pinging people enough.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
How weird.
And Bodhi says Rex is going to be light side and Kneesa will be dark side. It's in the data mine.
But it'll still be regular energy, regular nodes, hard nodes, or whatever.
I would imagine hard nodes, yeah. It wouldn't make sense for them to put it on I know CG is being awfully generous, but they're not going to put this on the Chirotech node, are they?
No.
No chance are they going to do that, right?
No.
Because
I think not.
I would spend so much energy.
Yeah, especially on a Chirotech node. That would be, yeah. So next we had a droid brain event. This is not a drill. There will be droid brains dropping from 4 Cantina nodes from 819 to 822. I think Bodhi had said something about it's not the 23rd, it's the 22nd. So
yeah, so that makes sense. It's going to lead up to the day before Ahsoka, because Ahsoka drops on the 23rd.
Yeah,
and that's when the double drops start.
So what do we? I don't know. That kind of tells me something. Dropping droid brains. What's brewing, you guys? What do you think? Because that's different.
But some people are getting mad about this. This is just, it says they're doing something for everyone. This is just for the whales. You know what I mean? Instead of everyone having fun but the whales, because they already have these characters, I don't think anyone should be getting mad about this. I'm seeing
droid brains are the easy ones to get anyway. I've got like 200 plus of them.
Yeah, I have quite a bit of them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys both have yachts, okay?
but I'm seeing like people from all things mad about it. Like, who cares? Like, they're finding a reason to get mad about this. It's friendly. I don't know why they're being friendly. Like a lot of things, I'm like, why are they doing this? Is there something coming up that they're gonna, screw us big time? Or are they just genuinely trying to be nice to us? I don't know.
I don't know if it were geared at keypads, I'd get excited for it. But droid brains, we get those all the time. So
yeah, I think the droid brains are probably easier to get because the gear to keypads are so expensive to craft, and you pretty much have to use your guild MK3 tokens for that. But so your guild is bigger than I would say probably most players, unless you're an end game player, and you've probably been in the 380 plus TW bracket for a while, I would assume, right?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. My current guild is what? I don't even know what we're at right now. I think we were over 500 recently.
Okay.
So
yeah, so Bones and I, our guild, we just went over 400. So we haven't been in the 380 plus bracket for that long. So we usually hover in that 360 bracket because we don't have 50 signups for TW. But we just got our first 380 plus win the other day and got 5 droid brains, which was pretty sweet. But I mean, it's 5 for the 380 plus, and then 4 for the one below, 3, 2. And so like if you're getting 1 or 2 droid brains at a time, it's not that awesome. But if you're getting 5 for a win, that's pretty sweet. And you could stack them up fast. So I could see how they would be in excess eventually. And like personally, the cost from Relic 8 to Relic 9 is just insane. So like I'm not taking tons of characters to Relic 9.
Yeah, but I would have preferred arrow magnifiers. Droid brains you can get. Those arrow magnifiers can be a little scarce.
And so the speculation is, are we getting Relic 10, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was leading up to.
I think the answer to that is no. I think what CG is doing is like they have these events for people to get Old Man Rex and Princess Kneesa, and like if you wailed on one of those characters and CG is just like handing out shards like this, they don't usually do this for a marquee, and then like they're going to be required for GLA, right? So this is like a thank you to anyone who 7-starred one of them to be like, okay, we know you spent money and resources on this. Here's some extra loot because we don't want you to feel like you got the shaft for wailing on this character.
No, I agree. Yeah. What do you think, Bob?
No, pretty much what Avant said is what I think as well. I don't have much to add to that really, but I just want to say, don't get mad about this, people. It's freaking, it's friendly. For now it is until we find out what the truth to all this is. But maybe I just feel like they're trying to be friendlier to the player base. And I know for 7 years of toxic relationship, you're skeptical about things like that. But I haven't seen them be this friendly in a long time. So.
Yeah, I think Avant is right. I think it's just for whales who whaled out and would get nothing out of the event otherwise. I still think that the whales who whaled out and got Rex and Kneesa at 7-star already would probably prefer to have something besides droid brains, because those guys are probably going to have a cache of them as well.
Yeah, I think the event says it's either or, right? You don't have to have them both. You have to have one of them.
Yeah, just one.
Yep.
And it says that it's going to be in 4 Cantina nodes. So probably the 3 signal data nodes, and then maybe a node for a GL Leia character.
You know, I wouldn't mind this next marquee for Leia to be in Cantina. I'm not gonna lie.
I would not mind Drogon there, because he would be the last marquee, and it would be easier to farm him.
Because I mean, regardless of whether or not the rest of the Rex are easy, which they are, but 4 marquees, that's rough. I mean, that's rough for anybody. That's expensive. I mean, that's what, 300 a character, last estimate?
Oof.
Yeah. If you buy the pack and all the crystal deals.
How many marquees was Jabba? Just 3? Was Lando and Kersantin and
Boush?
Yeah,
just the 3.
Yeah, I think Lord Vader had more, because you had, I guess, was Bad Batch, were they marquee at that point, or were they like released?
Kind of were. I mean, they were required for Lord Vader. They were, you kind of had to. You had to have them, and that would have been expensive.
What was the timing? I want to say Lord Vader came out later.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Bad Batch came out first, but they were required. I mean, obviously they were required for Vader. I just don't know the time frame, but I think it was close enough that you would have had to have spent some money to have them up and running.
Big Deals in the chat goes, CG is finally doing something nice for us. Really? You sound like someone that loves their abuser. If you only knew my past relationships before my wife, you would know that it makes perfect sense. Also, did someone say Bad Batch?
Yeah, someone said Bad Batch. Yes, yeah, Bad Batch. So speaking of Bad Batch, does anybody have anything they want to add or put into on the first topic before we move on? Anybody got anything on that?
No,
Not really.
Double drops, theories, tinfoil hat. Any comments, questions, concerns?
I mean, it's just a little weird out of nowhere, and it's something they don't do usually. But I'm not complaining.
Well, it does. I mean, it goes along with the Ahsoka, series, and they often will give us special kinds of rewards like this when they drop a movie or something. So maybe that, that's probably.
Their hope is that new players will come to the game when like new Star Wars shows or movies come out, right? They want to draw new people in, so giving things away always entices new players.
And hence they gave away Fulcrum. What was it, last week or the week before?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So what they just gave people, new players, a free 7-star Fulcrum?
Yeah, if you didn't have Fulcrum at 7 stars, they just gave you enough shards to get her to 7.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Storm, is your Fulcrum 7, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have a relic. I'm trying to get her Omicron. I'm working on my UFU team after listening to you guys, and I think I got. Well, I gotta get Torn, but once I get him, I should have them all relic and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, Torn meniscus. And speaking of that, with teams, let's everybody please hit the fucking button. You know who you are. Just if you haven't done it, hit the button.
Hit it, you fuckers.
Hit the button.
Hit the button right now. Look at it, stare at it, and click it
Should
hard.
I hit Bob? Should I hit Bob?
You should hit Bob.
Click it like it's hot.
Yep. So I thought, a lot of tunes have happened. Leia's coming. There's been a lot of changes in the game over the past year. With where our rosters sit, let's talk about teams and teams that we may not want to put any more resources in, or teams that we're working on, and depending on where you're at in the game, are there teams now that you would avoid putting resources in the way the game has shifted?
Oh, like teams I wish I didn't put resources into?
Yeah.
Like Tuskens and Jawas for a raid that lasted for 6 months. Something like that.
Fucking Bob. Gotta go for the throat. My nose bleeding. I just got tagged.
Quick, Whitefly. Thank you for the follow, my friend.
I was an asshole that put his Jawas all to Relic 4. Yes, I was that guy.
I have my Tuskens at Relic 5, and I really enjoy that team. They're very fun in PvP because they're so good at like beating the most random teams. It's super satisfying. Like I took down, now granted, this was with a Tusken Dotcron, but I faced a full Relic 5 with a Relic 7 Marin and beat them with Tuskens. It was so epic. They just kept getting turn meter, right? Which kept giving them dots, and then they would attack and they'd get stunned, and then they'd come out of stun and just die from the dots. And then someone would try to revive them and they would die from the dots. It was just an endless train of damage over time, and they just died. It was pretty awesome. Especially after that Night Sister team like completely decimated like 3 of my squads.
So you don't. But if the raid changes hadn't happened, would you eventually have put more into Tuskens?
Yes, if the raid were to have lasted longer, I would have taken them to Relic 7, but it wasn't like high on my priority list because I went for Leviathan and like I knew the GL Leia requirements were coming, so I've kind of been like sitting on gear and signal data.
Mm.
Are you able to max out the crate dragon with your Relic 5 Tuskens?
No.
Okay. Do they ever, can an R7 or R8 team max it out?
Relic 7 can.
They can.
I'm pretty sure. Logan?
Yeah, no, my shaman is relic 8. The other marquee one is relic 8, and the rest are relic 7. And yeah, I get
Was
I
it
get
the 1.2?
yeah, yep.
So, Avant, what score do you get with your Tuscans?
Get like 600
Tuscan
with them.
Excuse me. Yeah, that guy.
What's the max you get? 900 at Relic 5? I forget.
Yeah, I try to get, but it's really hard at that relic 5 level because the dragon does more damage and like has more abilities, and you either get like 300 or you get 650. So I kind of just do the relic 3 level instead and max it out at 600.
Yeah, I get 1.8 million for my Tuscans.
There you go.
2 points. I get 2.7 for my Hut Cartel and 2.7 for Mandalorians.
Oof.
What's sad is my Hut Cartel can only get 1.2 million, and your Tuscans are blowing that out of the water.
Well, it's funny that you mention that with the topic that we're on, because I mean, I would say from where I'm at, I'm a little salty that I have a 5-man squad of Mandos that are all relic fucking 8. They don't really need to be there. For them to do what I want them to do in GAC or most other events, I didn't need my armor or any of the other fucking Mandos that relegate. I mean, Canderous, yeah. Maul, yeah. But armor, no. You didn't need her at relegate.
No, relic 5 will do.
Yeah. And my Tuscans, I put Warrior 8 because he's an attacker, and that means a lot. But I put the Chieftain to 8. That was unnecessary. I put them all to 7. The rest of them to 7. So when they changed the raid, I was just kind of like, well, all right, you gave me a shitload of roster depth, but I wished I could put those resources somewhere else.
Do you use them in Rote?
And what?
In Rise of the Empire?
Yeah.
You use them in like the neutral sector, right?
My Tuscans?
Yeah.
No, I actually haven't tried that yet.
Use them on Tatooine. I'm pretty sure they're immune to damage over time. So they'll just stand there and everyone else gets damage over time and dies, and they don't.
I just want to say those.
Don't quote.
Don't quote.
Go
me,
ahead,
boy.
Bones.
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. Those are my favorite nodes in Rote because it just everyone's building up damage over time and it just ends rather quickly. And
you just cleanse your team and then everyone dies.
Yeah, those are my favorite ones for sure. So I have a question. Are you guys done saying what you want to say?
But I have a question about the raid first of all.
Not on this topic. We still had other other.
No, it's raid based. Go ahead, Sturm.
Oh.
It's raid based.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It's not, but the question about the raid is this the cadence of new raids moving forward? Because you're right, it's complete shit. Hey, you put this investment in these tunes, and already we're on to the next raid, and the investment it's not worthless, but it's not what you're expecting.
They said that they expect the new cadence for their featured raid will be 8 to 9 months.
Okay,
and then it's on to the next one.
And that's a perfect segue into what I was going to ask, mainly Logan and Sturm. Is this going to change how you guys are, how are you guys, knowing what the changes are now and what the cadence is going to be, how are you guys going to change the way you approach it as in-game players in in-game guilds that take their shit serious?
Well, my guild, we get the 130 box and we haven't got. I think you get the 265 box, right, Logan?
No, we're still on 130.
Oh, you guys are still on 132. Well, I mean, we right now with the guild I'm in, we can easily get the 130 box, and there's enough Krakens in my guild where it's not really. I can kind of be I don't have to worry about doing massive upgrades to my roster to get massive contributions. So right now, for instance, I have a full Relegate Hut Cartel team that gets me my 2.7 million. I run like tier 3 Old Republic gets me about 4 or 5. No, it gets me about 600,000. That puts me at 3 point whatever million. That's usually all I do, and I'm done. And I get all my. That's the rewards I can get. And if I think we have one of those. Hot utils, I think, or something that tells you what your expected raid damage is, and I think mine's something in the 4 to 5 million range. But I just don't care. I don't care enough, and my guild doesn't care. So that's probably my approach moving forward. Is I'll try and get around that 3 million range, get a team at relegate, and that'd be about it.
Yeah, I get over 4.25, and then that's where I stop.
What about you, Logan?
We are at we're at the 130 box, so it's I do my 2.7 million with Hut Cartel. I call it a day. Nobody in my guild right now is going to push for the 235 box with the.
You're too far away to like dump tons of resources into it, probably.
No, that's not my question though. I'm talking about the new raid. How are you going to approach that?
The new raid.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to come down to how many people get GL Leia right, out of the gate.
It's also going to depend on the rewards box too, right? Like, are they going to change?
Yeah.
And it's also going to depend a lot on roster depth. Like, how are your troopers? I mean, obviously, a lot of people have really good rebels, CLS, things like that. But, this raid Omicron, what is that going to look like? Is that going to push people over is that going to really put guilds, to the next level to get to that box? Because that's going to be the hard thing. There's going to be a bit of a learning curve. Obviously, we're going to play the new raid. We've got to learn it. We got to figure it out. It's a puzzle. But it's going to be a scramble because the top guilds are not going to want to lose out on those rewards. So, honestly, it's a lot like with the Crate Dragon raid. If you have a guild that 90% of them have Jabba, you're going to do well. And that's going to be the same with this raid. A lot of your guild has Leia, you're going to do well.
So, are you going to go as hard as you did on the crate on this one?
I mean, I'm getting Leia when she debuts, but it's gonna depend. I'm gonna have to put some more relic levels, obviously, into my troopers. Ewoks are in that list. My rebels are pretty good, but yeah, I mean, if the cadence is going to be 8 to 9 months, yeah, I'd like my guild, depending on how many Leias we get, to push for the next box, but it's going to be a little while.
Also, public service announcement: get Leia if you can. If you want to get ahead of most everyone else the next year, get Leia.
Like with anything else in this game, the latest and greatest is what's going to determine what some of your feats in conquest are.
But it wasn't always this important because they're tying more in, like, since Inquisitors came out. That was the new trend. That now they have their own special events, their own special conquest stuff, their own special galactic challenges, and since that trend has become the new norm, where we didn't have that before Inquisitors. So, but you're right. Start expecting that in the future, like, to keep chasing the newest thing. And it sucks for people like me who only have 3 GLs. I may never get my hands on a Lord Vader. I may never get my hands on a Rey or something like that, because I'm going to chase the newest thing if I can get it because I'm getting the most rewards out of it.
You know what? I'm sorry. I still think to this day, doubling back and picking up a Lord Vader would be worth your while.
I want to, but I'm getting Leia because she's original trilogy. That's my favorite. And she's going to be tied to Conquest. So if I just started red crating, if I put that off, I don't see me getting a red crate again for a while.
Well,
how's she going to be tied to Conquest? What's her tie to Conquest?
Like, no GL has been tied to, like, maybe there's a unique.
That's what I'm saying. There's going to be some kind of feat where she'll have to be in it or something. It's going to be like what the Inquisitors have. We don't know. She might have her own special buff. And so for the next year, you're going to need Leia to start red crating. We don't know what her kit
It's
is.
not Leia that you're gonna need, but they did say that it's gonna be like the new characters. So like you can expect there to be like Ewok feats or a Lobot feat or like something like that where it's using the characters that in the requirements for Leia. I wouldn't be surprised.
Or maybe you have to get like 100 fractures or something, like Lee Bone said in the chat, because she'll fracture your entire team, which you could do with Thrawn, but if you have to do it 100 times, it's going to be really, really tough.
I mean, that's a possibility that they could do something like that.
And they said that she's tied to everything. She's going to have her own galactic challenges, her own, like the Smuggler's Run 2 that Jabba has. She's going to get her own thing like that. So,
And, hence a lot of these promotions and this post that they put out. They're really, this is the new thing. This is the new hotness. They're pushing it. They want people to break open their wallets, and some people do, and some people for a month can't. But that's what's going to happen.
Because it doesn't matter if she could kill anyone. The fact is she's going to be tied to everything. Just like the Inquisitors weren't great, but they were tied to everything. So your hands are tied to have to go get them.
Fucking Inquisitors are brilliant now. Holy shit.
Yeah, now they are. But back when they first came out, like that's why no one got them, and everyone.
To be fair, they told everyone you need to do this, and everyone was like, "Well, they suck." So I'm not
going to that almost every. It seemed like almost every post. Hey,
it was for like a year.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall. I mean, it was all over the place. This team sucks. You're gonna need this team. This team sucks. Okay, don't listen.
We told you so.
Like Sturm, we're all you got Reva, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a collector. Like I don't necessarily care when something new comes out. I'm just gonna get it, and I always get everything to 7 stars as soon as I can. That's the first thing I do. Get it to 7 stars. So, and then figure it out after that with gear levels and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, when something new comes out, I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm gonna try and get 7 stars as soon as I can.
Okay, side question for the panel. How many characters do you have in your roster that are either not unlocked or not 7 stars?
Oh shit. I gotta go look.
Like, do you have everyone unlocked at 7 stars?
No.
For me, the only tunes I do not have unlocked or at 7 stars would be Marin, Tarful, Saw, Kneesa, Rex, Scout, Terran, Malicos, and of course Cal Kestis, Jedi Knight. That's it.
I have 6 characters that are not at 7 stars. Reva, Malicos, Jedi Cal, Scout Trooper, Kneesa, Captain Rex. Everyone else is 7 stars.
And I have to say all my ships are 7 stars except for Profundity, which is 5 stars.
I have all ships at 7 stars except for the Leviathan, which is 5.
I have 11 characters that aren't even unlocked.
How many not 7 star?
You're gonna have to let me count quite a bit. I'm still counting those.
So, Sturm, I'm like you. I collect. I like to collect them all and get them all to 7 stars. And I also like had this fear of like, oh my god, CG is gonna require Lobot, and like I gotta have Lobot at 7 stars so that if I need to dump gear into him, I can.
And this has been more true in the past than it is now, but I always felt like it was easier to gear a tune up fast than it was to get it 1 to 7 star. Now, when you're talking about getting up to relic, whatever, that's a little different, but still, you got to get them a 7 star first. So,
yeah,
I have 17 that aren't 7 star.
That's not terrible. Oh, well, then you got 11 who are unlocked, plus so it's a 28 total.
Yeah, I'm always farming.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
It took me a long time to figure out exactly like the best routine in this game to get all it down. It took me years to. I could watch 1,000 videos, but if I don't actually understand it, so it takes me a while. I'm slow, but once it clicks in my brain, the gears start churning. It's on, boys. So anyway.
What about you, Logan?
Oh fuck.
Say it. 0.
Well, obviously Kneesa and Scout Trooper. one of those will be rectified come the start of September. It's
I
gonna
don't like the way you just used that word.
shock you. Coruscant Underworld Police.
Why?
Oh, you don't have a 7-star cup?
Nope,
What?
Well, how many stars is he?
6, and
Um,
he's 74 of 100.
Is he level 69?
See, doesn't that bother you? Don't you just want to finish him off? Like, you're so close.
No.
Why not just spend like a week to finish him off? He'd be done.
No,
Double
no,
drops. He'd be done. He'd be done in a week.
No,
Not
I
even.
don't care. I can buy his shards. I don't care.
Yeah, in the squad arena store, right?
Yeah.
But listen,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you okay? Yeah, you're right. You can.
he's got to be at level 69.
I don't care. And Omega. Omega is still 6 stars.
Where she deserves to be.
Dude,
I didn't give a shit.
dude, you haven't
See,
seen
that- I
Bad
couldn't-
Batch?
My
You
Bad
haven't
Batch
watched
works
Bad
just as well without her.
Dude,
There's no way I could do that. I'd have to get those guys to 7
No,
star. I
whatever.
just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Not in my DNA. I could
if
not
I
do
farm
that.
Bad Batch, you have to watch both seasons of Bad Batch.
No, I'm done making agreements.
It'll be a Bad Batch,
No.
extravaganza.
Just watch the first episode of Bad Batch and then don't watch anything else.
I actually
It's not
watched
that
like
great.
the first 3 or 4 episodes of Bad Batch. It was all right, but
was
then I was
okay.
like, oh, other shit to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was okay.
it was just a big filler. Lots of filler.
Okay,
It's
I
hard-
derailed us. I forgot what we were talking about.
It was the raid and team. We were talking about teams and the raid and all that, but we still got to have our segment about Bob. Our Bob segment,
What segment is it?
and Avant has to do thrift shopping.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
Bob,
I'll get to that.
let's talk about you and Conquest and your
Okay.
grand achievement.
I was like, I had the Bonestradamus thing, but there's nothing for me to predict right now. There's no tinglings in my head. So
That's because you don't have your tinfoil hat on.
That blocks them from happening. I actually wear my tinfoil hat off stream all the time. I take it off to bring him in while I'm streaming.
Is
Anyway,
that what it is? Is that all it took?
yeah. You guys should see me. I look like the guy from Back to the Future, the old man.
Doc Brown?
Yeah, I look like him outside.
guy?
Of this. Yeah, I wear a brown wig, so I look younger.
So let's dive into it then. Conquest. We're on the second iteration of it. Sturm, how did you do on the first go around?
The first go round was a little brutal for me. I got the second box. Was that the gold box? The second
Gold
box.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was because I got hung up on like the Imperial Troopers and the Geonosian feats and the Clone Trooper global feat. 40 battles is rough, but now that this time going around that I knew what I was getting into, I got the red box already, so I figured it out.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have red crate by not tomorrow, but the day after. I only do the 50 crystal refreshes, so I'll have it. I've basically given up on the Geonosian feat because
No.
Oh, did you? Because guess who got every fucking feat in Conquest already? Everyone, a 4-star Geo Alpha Brood Alpha. Guess who got that feat?
It's the first time you ever done it. A dead clock's right twice a day.
But I'm looking around and no one else. The big dogs over here can't do the Geo feat. What's up?
I
man?
got the Geo feat. You just got to find the right node and just keep hitting
So
it.
this
That's
is
all.
what I did, and like I said, none of them
The
are
red
relic.
box said, "Fuck the Geo feed."
None of them are relic. My Geo Brute Alpha is not gear 12. He's like 4 or 5 star. Just go to a Night Sister, and don't. Once you get to the last person, let it run out. Don't use up your stamina. And like 4 or 5 battles, I beat it. But it takes.
for me, the Night Sisters just plague all of my Geos and they all die. And
surely yours
they're
are better
like,
than mine, right? Maybe it's the build.
I don't
Maybe it's the build we're running. Maybe we're running 2 different.
I don't know.
builds.
So in chat, Duramana says you can do geos with trench, lead, and watt. So trench, lead, watt, and 3 geos.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have to try that out, but I like every node in that sector for me. All of the teams are, I can't remember what the buff is, but they're all like super fast. They get like 2 or 3 speed boosts, so they're like plus 50 or 75 speed. So they like just take turns, kill everyone, and then I don't even get to go.
What is your Geo team? Are they relict?
GBA and Spy are Relic 4 and Relic 5. Everyone else is Gear 12 plus.
Yeah. Well, I had in my second node in that sector, I had a Kenobi led team with Mace and Isla and Kiadi and
I've seen
Shakti.
that. Yeah, you actually won stuff on that.
Yeah, and I just teed off.
As long as Anakin's not in there, because
Nope.
I tried that one against an Anakin, like one of the GK with Anakins, and Anakin led with his AoE and literally killed everyone.
No, there was no Anakin. No. And then I used the data discs. I have the I like to stack up the ruthless offenses and the amplify agonies, and so that they just start crushing them.
Yeah,
they do tons of damage.
Every conquest since it started, if there's a feat for geos, I've never done it.
I generally skip it as well.
My geos are all Gear 12, and
well, I would have skipped it, but the problem is if I didn't do that one, I would have had to do like the Phoenix one, and there was no chance I was going to get that one done.
Yeah.
Are your Phoenix not in
Well, Captain Rex is still 3 stars.
Well, since you guys are all struggling so hard, I will start making a guide on Conquest every time it comes around, okay? And I'll show you guys how to do it.
God, he red box once. He thinks he's Pancho fucking Villa. What's up with you, really? You know, one red crate does not make you a fucking genius.
I'm proud of myself, all right?
We're not going to grow from a beautiful mind. We're not going to all hit with that.
He actually got the red crate bones. This has been confirmed.
I posted. I got it last night. I posted it in Discord.
Nice.
But yeah, it's my first one. I got the first Conquest that ever came out. I got the red crate, but it was a whole different game than game mode, so I don't count that. So yeah, it's pretty much my first one.
First one with how Conquest is now, which there was a lot. There was a lot in there. There was a lot to do.
Yeah, and my least favorite were the Phoenix kills and the cow kills. It was just a pain in the ass because I hate.
Yeah, the cow kills are hard. You have to just like do the Mon Mothma node and just keep killing Scarif Pathfinder over and over and over and over. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I skipped that one because that's too much.
Yeah, see, I couldn't find that with Rebel Scarif Pathfinder, so I just found a Geo team and killed 6 instead of 5.
Yeah, so what I did is I couldn't kill those 2 teams you guys mentioned because of my tunes were too weak, so I would go find once again a Night Sisters team, and I wouldn't be able to keep cheesing it. After a while, they just would stop reviving, so I would just have to run out of time so I didn't lose stamina and just go back and keep doing it like 6 or 7 times.
Very, very smart of you.
Yeah, so I'm getting it down. I don't hate it as much as I used to. And I think that's in thanks to me having Inquisitors. If I wouldn't have had Inquisitors, none of this would even be possible. So
the only thing I really hate in Conquest are the 40 battle feats. To me, those are the worst.
You've got to do like 3 or you've got to do at least 4 a day.
Yeah, and every day, 4 a day or 3 a day or whatever it is. It gets to be so boring. It's even worse if it has to be in a node that's not a treasure node. And you have to find a node. Luckily for this one round, I was able to do it in treasure nodes, but it's just maddening. It's like it's just way too many. It sucks.
I know, and that's always the goal. When you look at any feat, you're like, can I beat this? Can I do this in the treasure node and get Datacron material for it?
Totally. And also, on the first day, I always try to do some of those 40 battle feats in the first and second sectors because they're a little easier. So I will try to do like different battles with Malgus and different battles with clones if the node is appropriate, because you can get extra wins that way, and then you're just not you're not trying to spam them later in the week.
Right. You're not boring yourself to death fighting the same battle over and over again.
Yeah, because right now I'm doing like 8 clone battles a day. I'm doing like 4 in the morning, 2 with Bad Batch, 2 with 501st, and then
what team works really well for the clone battle? Tell Bob again.
I do Bad Batch.
Don't
There
fucking
we
say
go.
it, man. I'm banning that. It's gonna be like a cuss word.
My 2 clone teams are Bad Batch and Sergeant, and then the 501st and Cody.
I did it
And so
all. Oh, go ahead.
I do two with each of them in the morning, and then 2 with each of them in the evening. Or if I have the energy like later, like now, I'll do 3 and 3, and I just like burn through them.
I did Bad Batch and Cody, and I hit the treasure node on Sector 1, that clone node. And I could do it about 3 times or 4 times and go down from 100 to 60% energy and still win before that was it. And I was done.
Yeah, I usually do that node just so I can get datacrons, and it's easy to beat. You can also do Bad Batch in Sector 3, and like as long as Echo doesn't get stunned, if you have the Amplify Agony and the Volatile Accelerators, he debuffs the whole team, and then they just pop, 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 pop.
Are you talking about the Night Sister treasure node?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think Bob, on our last stream, I showed what discs I've been running, and there's definitely a Volatile Accelerator, Caustic Emissions, and 3 Amplify Agonies. And everybody just melts.
Solid build.
Yep, everybody just melts with debuffs. Just one hit, and everyone's dead.
But yeah, that node you guys were talking about on Sector 1, the last one, that was the MVP for me because I did my Wookiee feat, my Captain Rex one, the clone one on there. I feel like there's a 4th,
same.
Maybe not, but I got it down now, so I can't wait for the next one.
Speaking of Conquest, how do we all feel about knowing who the next character is and what that means?
I'm really excited, but everyone hated me for being so excited about it.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an Empire fan. I'm pretty fucking jazzed. I'm looking forward to this one.
I honestly wasn't a fan of season 3 of Mando. It was kind of meh, but there were some cool characters, and there was. Some
Is this
cool
the
outfits.
new Moff Gideon? Is that what this is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the next one that's confirmed.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And so, do you guys think there's going to be any brand new season 3 characters coming, or is that just me getting too excited?
For Mando?
Okay, because before we knew that he was a conquest character, I thought he was going to be a legendary character. So then I started thinking,
And this is the.
You thought Gideon?
This is where you put your tinfoil hat on.
Yeah. So, but then I found out he was a conquest character, so that kind of killed the tinfoil hat. I just threw it in the trash after that. But there's still a possibility. Maybe there are some marquee characters, or no? Is he just going to be a straight up one conquest tune and then?
No, I think this is going to be a really solid leader to make a 3rd Imperial Trooper team, but it's going to be Imperial Remnant.
But we don't have enough, do we, to do that?
Okay, so here's me going down speculation road. You're gonna have the new Gideon, like we'll call him Beskar Gideon, because basically that's what he is, right? And then you're gonna have Death Trooper, Stormtrooper, Scout Trooper, and then they're gonna release another character. I think it will be the Praetorian Guard.
I agree 1,000% because he could also help your First Order. He can also help. You're also that team as well. I think it's Praetorian Guard as well.
Wait a minute. How is a Praetorian Guard an Imperial Trooper?
Okay, well,
it's going to be an Imperial It'll be an Imperial Remnant.
Have you not watched season 3 of Mando?
I have watched season 3 of Mando.
Okay, well,
yes.
The Praetorian Guards were, at his command. So
yeah, Hux gave Praetorian guards to Moff Gideon to protect him, and then they killed Paz Vizsla. I don't think we have to say spoiler alert at this point, right?
Yeah, please.
Hold on. There's also another thing to consider here, that they could add another character, but this potentially could give the other Moff Gideon like an actual permanent home.
Well, I think their intention is that the OG Moff Gideon will stay with the original troopers lineup, and this new Gideon will be the new strong leader. They kind of alluded to that.
I have a question. When does this character come? God dang it! When does the IG-11 with Baby Yoda inside him come to the game?
With oh god, what was the character's name from Ninja Turtles?
I have no idea.
Which one? There was a lot.
the one that had the like fishbowl belly with the character that lived in the Krang. Yeah, that was Krang.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so there's one more that I think, being serious, besides I guarantee you we're getting the robot with Yoda though someday. I'm not saying anytime soon, but the last one is the jetpack trooper. You know what I'm talking about? At the end, he had a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're like the Dark Trooper 2.0 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm not finding a picture.
Yeah.
So I think here's speculation. Okay, so they're gonna release Beskar Gideon, and then there's gonna be maybe another 5th character for the new Imperial Remnant squad, and then you're gonna get some light side Mando season 3 characters, and we'll get a legendary that comes from it. Maybe Beskar. Not Beskar. Darksaber Mando or Darksaber Bo-Katan. And then like I could see that character leading some of the light side characters from Mando season 3.
All right, I'd go with that.
So
like characters like Paz Vizsla. I can't remember the other 2 Mandos, the guy that was the leader of the ship after Bo-Katan left, and then the other Mandalorian girl, like the 2 Mandos that were with Bo-Katan in season 2.
Yeah, and then also don't forget about Jack Black and Lizzo. I can see them coming soon too.
Oh my god!
But what?
Or you could even go to like Cobb Vanth or like some of those other characters that they didn't have. They wouldn't really fit into like.
I would like that.
I think
they wouldn't fit into like Mandalorian lineups, but that would be cool.
I also think Dr. Pershing got his own episode. I could see him coming in as well.
Oh god, that whole story arc was too much. Like I understand the purpose of it, but I was like, oh my god, could you guys do like a 10-minute cutscene and explain this faster, please?
Oh, and I hated that girl too. I just thought it was, and it didn't go anywhere, did it? It didn't explain anything to us. She started torturing him,
it's
we never saw it again.
It's a setup because they for sure are going to be in the Ahsoka series because they're going to be connected to this like new empire in deep space or the unknown regions.
Yeah. Which is coming out in a few days. Don't forget, y'all.
Next week.
Yep.
Yeah, next week.
Yep. I will be in front of my TV.
Yep. Maybe I'll legally stream it like I used to on Twitch.
Don't ruin our channel.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. I would highly recommend against that. Yeah, don't.
What were we talking about? I don't remember.
Just how we thought about Beskar Gideon being the new already announced Conquest tune.
Sturm, what's your thoughts, brother?
I think it'd be cool. I have to rewatch the season 3 of Mandalorian because there's apparently a lot I forgot. I didn't remember that there were Praetorian guards at the end of that season. I got to get caught back up.
And a young Hux is in it. And as a hater of the sequels,
No. Let me correct you. It was not Young Hux because I watched a lot of like breakdown videos of the episodes. It's Hux's dad.
which still confirms there's a Hux, and the Praetorian Guards are pretty much setting us up for the future. So everything confirmed that, yeah, it's all leading to the sequels, which made me sad.
I think Hux killed his father, if I recall.
Did he?
But he
I think
ended up being
so.
a
I
good
think that's
guy.
well, no, he wasn't really
No.
a good guy. He just hated Kylo.
He was a traitor,
Yeah.
a spy.
Crafting Way
But
says...
I think it's in the Phasma book where we find out he actually killed his father to kind of try to take over.
Yeah, you're right.
But
Interesting.
Yeah, his name's Brindle Hux, and Crafting Way says he trained the First Order stormtroopers until Hux kills him. So there you go.
yeah. And, well, I mean, I think if this leads to more First Order tunes, of course, I'm going to be very excited about that.
I'm sorry, bud.
Indeed.
I'm sorry that you have to be so excited for that.
A slicker lifter to allow him to not need to steal Night Sisters would be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We need more. The First Order team sucks except for Kylo. I mean, like a full First Order team doesn't do a whole lot. It's basically keep Kylo Ren alive long enough to try and power him up, but even then, it's usually not enough.
It doesn't. Like, nobody actually uses in GAC a slicker team with straight up First Order.
No.
Like, nobody does that. You either have, the armor or Night Sister Zombie or, Watt. You put together a team depending on what you're facing.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've used it sometimes against Jabba, and it sometimes works, but it's not consistent.
Bones, what do you use Slicker against?
Bad Batch. I actually use my Bad Batch versus
What?
Slicker.
You really have a thing against Bad Batch, don't you?
No, I don't have Slacker. That's the joke. I don't have him.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not on a yoke. I don't even swim. I can't even swim. I'm still on the surface. I'm yelling at you to come back, but you forgot.
But he's
about
like the easiest Galactic Legend to get. Him and Rey are the easiest two to get. So
They
why not
really
get him?
are.
But
They
I
really
always
are.
chase the newest stuff, which is dumb on my part because it's not accelerated and all that. But the newer characters are characters that I enjoy, like in real life. Whereas the first four were the first four GLs came out when the sequels came out, and I fucking hate them. I'll start raging just talking about them. And so I was like, fuck this. The first GLs, we were all like mind blown by the requirements. So that alone, no matter what trilogy it was from, I was fucking pissed. I was ready to leave.
The famous Urzatron episode.
And actually, Avant talked me into staying because I was ready to go. I was like, fuck this game. And then it was, of course, characters I didn't care about. I don't hate them. They were one of the better characters in the movie, but I just didn't care. And so it fucked me over. Everyone asked, like, my biggest regrets was not chasing GLs when they first came out. But yeah, I don't have Slacker.
Every now and again, it's rare. It's real rare, but you'll run into that Swigo purist who doesn't have Rey because they just didn't give any attention to Rose Tico.
Fucking Rose and Holdo, those are the two.
You'll find that player.
Don't you talk about the dinosaur lady like that?
It's a shame because Rey, I mean, this past GAC round, Rey tripped me up. I couldn't get it. My counter didn't work, and Rey she's obnoxious.
Yes.
My podcast partner Mikey is the purist who refuses to get Jedi Master Luke.
I gave him shit about that like 7 months ago, 8 months ago.
He still won't do it.
Like Drew Mana, sorry I butchered that. He said you don't meet those purists in K1. But you know what? I'm reigning supreme in K3. I may not have a castle with 5 towers, but I still have a castle. Okay? And I'm sitting high up here and I'm living life.
You're in K3 with 3 Galactic Legends?
Yeah. Yeah, and I
wow. That's impressive.
I sometimes move up to K2, but I've never went longer than a day in K2. So I stay up the top.
Speaking of Did you guys see, talking about Mikey again, he was in Carbonite 2 last time I saw. Did you see that?
And his roster, like if I was in Carbonite 2 and I saw you as my opponent, I'd be like, you sandbagging motherfucker. Like,
Not even Carbonite 1. He dropped to Carbonite 2. It's insane.
what the fuck is wrong with it?
We love you, Mikey.
Mikey,
We
we love
do.
you. Don't have any hard
We really
feelings,
do.
but
You are awesome, but holy shit, dude. You might like, do you just take like a span of a three rounds and just beat the ever living shit out of people?
It would be fun at that level. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
you
my
would just
God.
no chance you would lose Carbonite 2.
Like 8-9 million?
He's almost 9 million. He's right on the cusp.
He's been carbonated. He is the outlier right there. That is outrageous.
E-Ray in the chat says, "Dude is the reason new players hate GAC."
That's exactly right.
I had a new player come in a couple days ago, and we were just talking about the game and stuff, and we were all like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, well, at least my he thought that the matches were going to be even," and we're like, "Oh, dude," because he can't even access Green Arena yet. And I was like, "Oh, I can't wait, dude. You're going to be going up against 2 GL opponents and shit," and he couldn't believe it. And yeah, that's how bad matchmaking is. But
Carbonite, that much. Good Lord.
well, man, what else we got on the agenda?
From there it was, viewer questions. I did have a surprise for the community. But
Do you want me to do thrift shopping before we do that?
Oh shit, no, that's right. Avant's got some thrift shopping, folks.
Hey,
Break out them fucking shopping carts and get ready. Because
Okay, so
some bands.
Oh,
I got
coming.
39
No.
Carbonite Carbantes in my pocket. Avant, you want to redo the song, but we'll do it like Slugga version.
I'm not going to sing that song, but
really
if you want to karaoke the Swugga thrift shopping,
I'll work on it, and we'll cue it for your segment. Anyways, carry on, my friend.
I'll be stunting. That's all I'll say.
Something like your daddy, bud.
So this week, I had some like good questions in the Discord, and I promise I will get to them because I want to talk about the Horde. Everyone wants to hoard energy for the upcoming events. So if you're trying to hoard for double drops, you should start hoarding energy on either the 19th or the 20th of August. Today being the 17th when we do this podcast live. So if you listen through the different podcast mediums, you'll have like a day. If you listen to it through Apple Podcasts, then you'll probably have less than a day because they're taking forever. But you basically want to start doing your hoard and just holding your energy on the 20th of August. And then there's a ton of math associated with like how much you should hoard, how much you save, and like why it's good to hoard for double drops. I recommend going and watching Calvin Awesome's video he released today. He does like a spreadsheet. He's been doing a lot of spreadsheet videos, which I find very informative and entertaining. But basically he kind of breaks it down to like how many refreshes you need to do and then like how many crystals it eventually saves you. But some important numbers to think about. There's an energy cap. You can only have 2,000 regular energy, 1,000 fleet energy, 1,000 mod energy, and 1,000 cantina energy. So you can't exceed that unless you're getting like the 45 energy like the couple times throughout the day. So you pretty much want to go into the if you're trying to get the most Captain Rex and the most Kneesa shards, you want to have your energy maxed out prior to August 20th. So you'll probably want to start doing that horde now. If you're not going to spend lots and lots of energy in those, and you want to just max out your energy for double drops, then you want to start hoarding on the 20th and just holding your energy until the double drops go live on the 23rd. So if you want to try to max out Captain Rex and Kneesa, start maxing out your energy now, because that is going to go live on the 20th. And then if you want to max out for double drops, ignore that. And if you're not worried about maxing the Rex and Kneesa shards, then you can just start hoarding on August 20th. And then get each of your energies to 1,000 and your regular energy to 2,000. And that will get the most for you. And really, Calvin breaks this down in his video, and I couldn't agree more that double drops are so good. And the one thing, if you don't have the resources or the energy to max out your stuff, Cantina energy and signal data is so worth hoarding the energy for, to get as much signal data as you can, because no matter where you're at in the game, Cantina will be so important. So I mean, it depends on what your crystal income is. Personally, I'm probably going to start hoarding my regular energy now, so I can try to get more Captain Rex and more Kneesa shards during the event from the 20th to the 23rd. And then I'm going to start hoarding my Cantina energy for double drops. And I might do some fleet energy for double drops, because I farm the node with the fusion furnaces, and that gives you those Gear 12 Plus pieces, as well as materials for the Java, for carbonite circuit boards. So I will probably hoard fleet energy just to double up on that stuff. And I think I'm just going to go for the Kneesa and Captain Rex shards and do that, and then see what kind of energy I can have for double drops, and just try to get some extra Kairos. So that's my plan, but it really depends on your crystal income. So
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you can farm Rex and Kneesa on the additive drops first.
Correct.
But you could also farm Rex on the double drops later.
No,
so
you could, yes.
So would it be better, you think, to save your energy if you were focusing on Rex for the additive drops or the double drops?
That will depend on what the drop rate is for the additive drops.
Yeah.
Which we don't know, and they have not told us. So you have to decide, do you want to spend, I don't know, like if you do your, let me pull up the chart that Calvin made. I think if you do just the 50 crystal, let's see.
Wouldn't you guys agree that Kneesa, is it Kneesa that needs to be farmable?
Yeah.
Not yet, right?
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, she's not farmable yet.
But wouldn't you agree that she probably will become farmable when this starts? And she'll just
Well,
be permanent?
Crafting Way in the chat mentioned that. I don't know. Yvonne, what do you think on that? You think they'll make Kneesa farmable? I don't think they will.
If she was going to be farmable, it would have been in an update, unless they push an update tomorrow, which they don't usually do. They usually drop them on Thursdays.
Well, she's going to have to be farmable for additive drops, though. So how are they going to do that? She's not going to be a bonus drop.
No. They'll just give you Kneesa shards for simming like 3 different dark side nodes.
Yeah.
Think of it as somewhat of a galactic chase, where you can't farm that shard that you're getting, but you're getting him.
But if you farm one of the three selected nodes, they will be granting Kneesa shards as a bonus reward on those 3 nodes.
That's not the way I read it. I thought they were going to actually swap her shards out for different tuned shards on a particular node. Because why wouldn't they call it just bonus drops then?
So this was my beef, at the beginning of the podcast. I was like, why the hell did they call it additive? and not bonus drops.
Well, yeah, that's why I thought that it would be something different than bonus drops.
And that, my friend, is why words matter.
Words matter.
So, we
So
really
are you-
have
so
no
we're-
idea what the
It's
fuck's
important to
going on.
know what words mean.
So I think if you're really hard pressed on farming Captain Rex and Kneesa, I would try to hoard energy leading up to the 20th and hope to get 2,000 and max your energy out at 2,000. You'll have to do some math to see like what you're at now and if you need to do just 50 refreshes or if you need to do 50 and 100 refreshes. But don't like waste your energy. If you can do it all with 50s, then do it all with 50s. If you want to wait a little bit and do it with 50s and 100s, then do it that way. But time of recording, it's the 17th. So you have tomorrow and Saturday to farm that, depending on what part of the world you're in. And then the event goes live, and then you can try to get your shards for Captain Rex and Kneesa. And then when those additive drops are over, boom, we're straight into double drops. And then you should have your Cantina energy hoarded up, and you should have fleet energy if you want that, and mod energy if you want that. But I don't think they're doing double drops on mods. I could be wrong. I'd have to double check the post, but
But you know one thing where CG did fuck some of us? I'm unlocking Leviathan when it comes out. And doesn't Leviathan come around again when all this starts?
yes.
So I think they did this on purpose because they knew a lot of people are going to be unlocking again. I have 25k exactly to 7-star my thing, and I'll have absolutely nothing left. And they know that other people will be in the similar situation as me, so they're going to really make people choose.
Okay, I've been corrected in the chat. Let's see. The additive drops will be from the 19th and they will end on the 23rd. So that means you have today and tomorrow to hoard. And then after that it goes live. And then on the 23rd, when that ends, when the additive drops end, we'll go to the double drops. And that will go from the 23rd and end on the 27th, which I think means you can do that on the 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th. So 4 days worth.
Oh, so I'll still be able to do some things.
Yeah, so you get 4 days of the additive drops and then 4 days of the double drops.
All right, well, you know I'm slow, so off screen you're going to have to help me figure out a nice way for me to participate. I need your help.
Signal data and Chirotech. That's all I'm focused on.
I mean, so E-Ray Crafting Way in the chat says you either go hard on double drops or go 7-star for Levy.
Yeah, I'm going 7-star for Levy. I'm getting that shit.
I don't know if this is the unpopular opinion. I know how good it is at 7 stars, but where you're at in GAC, I think you get it to 6. And if you want to prioritize these other things, I think you can do that. And then you can get Levy to 7 next time.
I like that. That's why I enlisted you to do this for me.
But
already you're paying off.
You have to be okay with just a 6-star Levy. I mean, it's still useful. It's not going to be as powerful, but it's still useful.
All right. I could probably go a month without it being 7-star.
Personally, the economy of double drops is way too important to me.
I agree. And I'm still farming the Cal characters. That's what I would like to put it towards.
Blue signal data.
Mm-hmm.
Blue signal data and Chirotech.
I do need to R7 all my Inquisitors. So
You know what you could use those Chirotechs for?
Everything.
all these
Your Bad Batch.
All these fucking Cal characters that these Cal characters are the worst.
Oh, I think somebody mentioned something about Bad Batch.
I couldn't hear you guys. Could you say it one more time? A little bit louder for us in the back.
Well, there was something about a bad batch of listening.
Kneesa gonna kill you.
listening to what we're talking about
I
here?
think I heard Jar Jar back there in your bedroom. That's a little
No, you
weird.
didn't. No,
I
you
didn't. I
didn't.
heard something back there. Don't let him
Oh.
lie.
You might have heard Watto in the dungeon. He's making an appearance, but his ass is it's on hiatus. Drunk, flying little fuck comes out and bitches at me.
I heard that someone said he was racist. That like he was
What?
That they make fun of that he was representing Jewish people.
Oh, that was that. Oh my God, who sent that on Discord? That was hysterical.
Did you guys see that? Yeah, it was funny. Oh, was that the stand-up guy? That was Avant.
Yeah,
that was Avant. That's what I saw it on.
Yeah, I did send that. Yeah.
So technically, Avant said that.
No, Avant just said it because it was funny. The guy in the stand-up, he thought.
I'm just kidding. I love
It was
Avant's not racist. He loves everybody, except for people who don't deploy. You fuckers. He's gonna ping your ass.
I still love you, but I hated you for a day.
I will be the first to admit I can't even front and say that that's fucking Greek tragedy. You didn't deploy. I've been that guy. It does every now and again. It has happened, but consistently no. But Bob, you're not consistent. Like you deploy every time, right?
When I get a ping. Listen, the first ping I get when there's 3 hours left, that's how I know rote started.
I sometimes will ping you when it starts just to tell you.
And it's kind of a joke, but it truly is helpful because I didn't even know it started.
That's what's weird. Like sometimes I feel like if I got really busy or I was out at dinner or something, shit, I forgot to deploy. But I feel like at any point you're in game, you know that event is going on.
Yes, and no, it's mostly my fault but there's the first couple day I don't know it starts, and then after a while it's been going on for so fucking long that I'll just forget or I'll be tired and I'll look at it and think, fuck, I gotta do rote, and this is like a 45-minute ordeal, and I'll say I'll do it tonight or I'll do it in the morning, and then something else comes up. But mainly it's just excuses on my part, right? You're right. I could do it. But there's times where I just put it off and then I just forget.
Well, it's the 24-hour
It really
is. It's brutal.
The 24-hour thing sucks. It really does.
Because half the phase you're asleep for the most
part. Or you're working.
Half the phase you're at fucking work.
Yeah.
You're working, you're sleeping, you're spending time with the family or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's hard to find time to do all the shit they want you to do.
And I'm cool with the mode. I don't hate it or anything, but yeah, the cadence is a little. It's like it happens really quickly, but at the same time,
it's 6 straight days. It's like 6 straight times, 6 straight days in a row. You got to do it. Whereas in the previous one, you only had to worry about deploying 4 times, right? There's 4 phases. I'm trying to remember back now.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah. So 6 versus 4 every day. It gets to be a pain in the ass.
And how long were the phases? They were longer too.
Yeah, they were 36 hours.
36, yeah. Yeah, that was.
I mean, the other thing is, especially with TB, as of right now, everybody should know where their guild is and how many stars they're getting, and should be able to look at how much more effort should be put in to achieve the next star. If you're hell and gone from the next star, yet whatever effort you put in, that's what it takes for you to maintain that. I mean, not like. I don't give a shit how many waves I do. The treasure things are, for extra currency. Yeah, I do those. But other than that, I'm not breaking my fucking balls to, I'm clearing every wave and I'm that guy. No, I want stars and that's it. And I'm going to literally try to do the least amount of effort to make sure my guild is getting the stars that we normally get. And that's it.
I'm going to echo Bodhi in the chat. He says, as a TB officer, all I can say is wah, wah, wah. Just fucking platoon, do your missions, and deploy. And I feel exactly the same way. Just fucking do your shit. I don't care if you get 3 waves in the first round or if you get 0 or if you get 12. Fill your platoons, do your combat missions, and then deploy your troops based on whatever the commands say. And please, dear God, read them. I'm typing them out for a reason.
Does your guild assign who's going to do what particular platoon in every single phase?
We don't use EchoBot, if that's what you're asking.
Well, yeah, I guess that's what it is, where it says, like, all right, this phase, you got to fill this particular sector, this platoon in this particular sector, or whatever it is. You guys don't do that?
So, like, the way that our guild approached it was, okay, we ran EchoBot and saw what we needed to fill platoons. And then it was like, okay, we need a relic at the beginning. It was like, we need a relic 5 Lobot, we need a Tuscan Shaman, we need Dadbot Boba, we need Boosh, we need and it was just like, okay, who wants to take what? People decided, okay, let me just volunteer. I'll take this one and this one. And then we didn't put it into EchoBot. It's just like, okay, I personally know I did Tuscan Shaman and Lobot. This was before the other Tuscans came out. And I was like, I know I can do those too. And I'm higher in the guild with my GP. And I can do those too and it'll be all right. It won't crush me. And I always thought Lobot was funny. So we just had people volunteer. And so you just kind of know who you volunteered for and then you platoon them. And as we were going, we got deeper in to the second slice and the third slice. And then it was like, okay, what else do we need now? So I know personally I did Queel, I did Boosh. There were a couple that I just know that I did, and I always go in and I platoon them first. And then generally what I do as the TV officers, I look, and after 2 or 3 hours, we're pretty much filled in, and then there's 1 or 2 left, and I'll say, okay, who's this person? And then I have to look at our .gg or our spreadsheet and just figure out who has the Night Sister Initiate and who has the Night Sister Acolyte or whoever it might be. And then I ping that person and I say, can you please platoon this person?
And I want to post in Discord a picture of our list of people who need to work on whatever. Our guild leader, Senator, it reminds me of a stone tablet, and he's chiseling people's names in and who they're supposed to go for. It's just a big piece of paper.
That's rather biblical.
Yeah, it really is.
I generally give him shit for how archaic his methods are, and I tell him that we can just do a list with the hotbot, or not the hotbot, with EchoBot.
How many stars are you guys getting in Rise of the Empire?
26. We should get 27 next time.
Oh, we didn't get 27 this time?
No, because 5 people didn't deploy in Phase 6, and I wanted to...
No, I've been doing better. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm not I usually do it. If he pings me, I get it done.
So Jack Daniels in the chat says hot utils is well worth money for TB and or mods. I don't want to spend $10 a month on this game that I don't have to spend. I know that sounds super cheap, and I just don't want to do it.
And amazingly enough, with how much money I spend, I don't do hot utils either.
Which is the most valuable thing you could buy in this game.
I know, and I still don't do it. And I know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't do it either.
I kind of don't give a fuck enough, I guess.
It's fun, though. I've gotten it for a month, and it's really fun messing around with mods and the... I don't know what the actual mod manager's called. It's not Hot Utils. It's Grand Ivory. It's pretty cool to mess around with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not knocking anyone who buys hot utils. I would like to buy it, but I just don't want to spend $10 a month on it.
Don't let him lie. He was just talking shit on people who use hot utils.
You
guys are a bunch of fucking bougie ass fucks, he said.
$10 is a 6-pack, man.
It is.
That can get me some peanut butter with honey and a pack of ramen.
Also that.
I have to sound like I'm always eating ghetto in front of you guys. It's a thing I can eat. I'll never eat above like a McDonald's hamburger.
You need to introduce Bob to a really good beef Wellington.
I think this is a perfect segue for viewer questions.
I do too. Yeah.
That was perfect.
Oh, and by the way, Bob, do we have the ability to have we did it before, right? Didn't we do roster roasts at one point?
I don't know if it was on here, but I mean, if we ever want to do that, yeah, I can set it up.
Do we have the ability that if somebody gave us their ally code, we could look at their shit and goof on it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so real quick, to all you people listening out there, the first 3 fucking people, first 3 that throw up their ally code, we will look at your shit and we will roast it this episode. Just 3. That's it.
I like around this time you always have these crazy announcements and no one knows, even us, what it's going to be.
I know.
Remember you announced that you're going to start giving away gift cards and we never heard about it after that.
That's right. I got to fucking do that. I need people to remind me of this shit. I mean, and you know what? Every time I go to the store, I can't do it this time. Would that break my free-to-play pledge?
No, you're buying gift cards for the people. You're not using them. So
all right, the next episode, one of you guys remind me. So next episode, there'll be gift card giveaways for we'll figure out how people are going to win that shit, but we'll do that.
Yeah,
that's too.
If anything, come by the Discord, guys, and we'll update you on how to win these Discord.
Oh god damn, we're getting we got 2.
So
we need 1.
We're roasting right now.
No, we're gonna do the questions first.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay, so I just found the start of the questions.
We got 3.
The first question comes from Garuka Chris. I'm sure you guys are working out a lot to maintain those awesome muscular bodies. What do you guys eat before working out? And how do you make sure you don't faint because of an empty stomach or don't puke at the gym because you eat a huge buffet?
If you could just see my workout routine every day, you guys would break a sweat just seeing it.
Get up in the morning, shower, have a sugar-free monster, go to work.
Do my best to touch my toes when I stretch.
Yeah, come home.
Eat a turkey leg. Yep.
Think about what I'm gonna do for dinner for the missus and I, and sit on the couch, have maybe one more bourbon, watch a little Shark Tank, and go to fucking bed. So I'm not doing some Richard Simmons shit in the middle of the living room floor. I don't know what you want from me, so I got nothing.
Sometimes I'll accidentally do 3 sit-ups trying to get out of my bed. That's about the extent of my workout. Yvonne's going to have some crazy shit, because I know your ass is exercising every day.
Before I had kids, I worked out 3 or 4 times a week. And then since I had kids, I have 2. Now I work out 2, maybe 3 days a week. And then I'll go 3 weeks without working out. And then I'll work out 2 or 3 days. And then I'll go 4 weeks without working out.
I mean, I feel like if you go hard enough, you can catch up. You can.
My consistency is dog shit. But I prefer to work out on an empty stomach. And I will just drink not a full serving, half to 3/4 of a serving of pre-workout drink, and I will either do a 30 to 45 minute Peloton ride, or I'll do a 30-minute circuit training where I superset a bunch of exercises. But I don't work out on a full stomach because I don't want to throw up.
Crafting Way says to buy these Iron Patriotic Lift bands.
I will say, despite my coming home, having a bourbon, watching TV, dinner, and all that shit, I will say that while I was deployed, no explode, gym, defact, 5 chicken breasts, bread, and wash, rinse, repeat. Go on mission, come back, go to the gym, pump iron, eat nothing but chicken, and after 12, 13 months of that, you come home and you look like you just got released out of the fucking prison. So
what do you think about health?
That's what happened. That's what I did back in the day.
What do you think about health buffs that drink their own urine?
It's sterile, and I like the
I
taste.
knew you were gonna say that.
Is that off of something?
Oh God, I almost said it and I hesitated.
This is a Houlihan.
I'm not catching this one.
It's from Dodgeball.
Oh, okay. I love that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Hold on, we gotta ask Sturm.
Yeah, Sturm.
Sturm, you're a beast, aren't you? Like you're a fucking nut.
I'm a runner, and
Oh,
I never eat before I run. So, nope, I don't eat anything. I can't eat. I don't know how other people run and do it, and if they eat or not. I think everyone's a little different. And I hear people who carbo load. I have no idea how they do it. I would throw up if I ate before a run. So,
What are your training runs? How long do you run?
well, I'm not particularly training for anything right now, and but I have done several marathons in my day. That's the longest I've run. And if you train, I don't usually do any kind of formal training regimens for those. I know
Okay.
like there's people will do like, oh, you got to do this week. You do so many different runs at different distances, and you take days off or whatever. But I usually just go out and run every day, and I don't really have a set time or a set distance. I just go, and it's usually at least 5K, 3 miles,
Okay.
and sometimes it's longer.
Nice.
But just depends.
My
And right
Awesome,
now
dude.
it's brutal. It's so brutal because of the heat. But
Yeah, it's hot and well, depending where you live, where I live, it's
Yeah.
humid as hell.
yeah, it's humid as hell here too.
yeah, it's been
Parts
humid
unknown. Yeah.
up here, actually, and up in New York too. It has. It's the past couple days have been sticky.
Yesterday here in Florida, it said it felt like 111 degrees on my weather app. So
Well,
this is gonna sound really wuss-like, but I walked to my car, went to the store that's maybe 3 blocks down, came back, and I was so exhausted from the heat. So I couldn't imagine people that are like playing sports, or have to work in construction. Or
so wait a minute. You drove to the store, came home, and took a fucking nap. Is that what you're saying?
pretty much.
Okay.
I was exhausted.
All right.
But
That's totally what that sounded like.
But talking about how you don't like to eat before you like pretty much do stuff, I'm the same way. I don't eat until like 5 o'clock at night because I don't like eating during the day. So like if I have to stream or something, I hate doing. Even
You just drink coffee. You just drink coffee all day.
and that's why I don't drink or eat, because then I can't drink the coffee, and I need it. That's my
All right,
go-to
next-
possum juice.
Next question is also from Chris. Will I ever get Slicker or Ray? I'm at 6.7 million. I got C, Executor, JML, and Jabba. I'm doing Grand Inquisitor for the guild. Now CG wants me to go for GL Leia. When I have her, I can do some teams and the new GL will come. When will there be a time to ignore what CG wants and go for the older GLs?
Never.
Bones, you can handle that.
Never.
That's actually a really good question. That's a really
Even
good
though
question.
I bring it up every stream, thank you for asking that and getting the credit for a good question. It's never going to happen. You're not going to get to go back because, like he said, you're going to get that done, and they're going to release a few more characters that you're going to have to chase, and then they're going to drop another GL on you, and then sometimes they're going to drop 2 farms on you. Not all the time, but sometimes. And you're always choosing, and one of the choices isn't to be able to go back. That's my
See, I
answer.
don't know if I necessarily agree with that because I think they're going to start going. It seems like they want to start going to a GL once a year cadence. Kind of seems that way, and yeah, they're going to do Grand Inquisitor and Jedi Knight
Probably-
Temple and other characters in between to kind of divert your attention. But I think for whomever answered that question, if you want to go for Leia, get it. Right after that, you should make a choice right then and there whether or not to go after Slicker or Ray because of the accelerated drops and knock out another legend immediately before the next one.
Because you can do those earlier ones easier because they don't require as much signal data.
Nope.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. If you just take the time and stop and go for them, then yeah. But it's gonna be hard if you're always chasing the newest thing though. That's what you want to do, which is what I do. you're never.
And I
gonna
get
be
a
able to do
lot
that.
of players are going to want Leia. I know it. It's the latest. It's the greatest. It's going to be focused on. It's going to be in the raid. She's going to be here. She's going to be there. Get it if that's what you want to do. But yeah, you have the time to bang out bang out one of the originals.
Bang out the original if you can.
Next question is from
Hold on.
CS Win.
Hold on.
It's like an ex-girlfriend. Bang out the original.
Hold on. Before you go on, our good friend from our and fellow guildmate Brill Council gifted 2 subs. Thank you, my friend. Can't
Thank you,
get
sir.
enough.
Thank you, Brill.
All right, go ahead, bud.
Next question is from CS Wins. Real serious question. How do I make my guild think I'm working on Inquisitors while I'm actually unlocking Slicker and Jedi Knight Luke before I work on them? LOL.
Pray to God nobody checks out your account on swigo.gg.
Someone later asks a question which kind of answers it. It's from Sardukar, and they say, as a TB officer, you could just work on Inquisitors.
I put all those questions in the host only thing, just so you know.
Okay. I'm kind of enjoying the commentary as I'm reading them.
Yeah, no, that is good, isn't it? The commentary, I like it. That's hard though, because some players do. They want to go for Star Killer, but the guild they're in, they're like, no, Inquisitors, and it's
like my fucking guild.
Players, I can see that's tying a hand behind their back.
Next question is from Aussie Mike. How do you think the Torn Meniscus team will compare to the Star Killer team?
I think it'll be better.
Personally, I think the Star Killer team is all offense, and the Seer Torn Meniscus team is going to be all defense.
I don't know, though. I have this feeling.
Really?
I have this feeling that it's going to be really good on defense, and you're going to need a GL to beat it. But I think that it might punch up and beat a GL or 2 if you use it on offense.
I'm not good with this kind of thing, but something is just telling me this thing is gonna fuck up some kind of GL.
It's gonna fuck up JML, right? He always gets punched around.
Yeah.
Will it though?
Or maybe Vader. But
was there something in the kit that was anti-cat? Does anybody remember?
No, Jedi Master Luke.
Oh, Jedi Master. Well, I mean,
I thought when we talked about his kit that we did mention something that was anti-JMK.
How many people are putting Jedi Master Luke on defense nowadays?
I don't know.
Not many.
Anyways, I think
I put him on defense.
I would put him on defense in 3v3 more than I would 5v5.
Really? Because I would think on 5v5, the survivability and the team composition you could have a lot of fun with.
Well, the problem in 3v3, he's going to ability block 3 characters, maybe. And then he's just going to start assisting with his teammates and doing % damage, and he's just going to be a real pain.
What do you think the team comp would obviously have to be Seer, Scav, Cal, and Malicos.
In 3s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or man, maybe Seer, a tank, and Malicos, just to protect Malicos.
But the thing is, just through Seer's Omicron and her leadership, you want that team to not go first, and it's getting bonus protection and all kinds of survivability. That's why I'm really kind of looking at the utility in 5v5, because not only are you going to have a very potent attacker in Malicos, but if you have your Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum at a really good relic level and decently modded, that is 2 nasty attackers, not to mention that one ability Seer has that can pretty much, it's almost like Rex's aerial move.
Oh, it's so good.
So you're looking at a team that has ultimate survivability, yet it's going to have a lot of offensive potential. That's why I think this team is just defense all day. It could. I mean, there's obviously going to be some testing. I don't know I don't think it's going to beat Lord Vader. I think Lord Vader is going to get a couple ultimates off, and then he's going to do what Lord Vader does, which is just melt you.
Yeah.
Rey, I don't know. One sudden whirlwind, somebody gets deleted, you're done. I don't know how it's going to do against Legends.
Yeah, we'll see. Next question is from Sardaukar. They say, mainly a question for Avant due to I know he's an officer. We just had 3 people drop out of the game and 1 leave without notice, leaving us at 45 out of 50 members.
Ouch.
How does your officer team handle recruiting, and what's the most successful approach platforms? Facebook, Discord, in-game. Finally, as a TB officer myself, any secrets on how to herd sheep to get platoons farmed? So let's do the first part of that question for recruiting. I'll let you guys chime in first if you have anything to say. Are any of you guild officers?
Nope.
There was a time a long time ago when I was a guild leader for many years, and recruiting, well, there were a lot of bad things about being a guild leader, but recruiting was always awful.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't want it. Don't give a shit. Nope.
It's really hard, and the answer to this is it depends on the level of your guild. If your guild is high level and performing well, whether you're competitive TW or you're competitive in TB, or you have everyone who wails and does well in GAC, it depends because there's a lot of good Discord servers for recruiting. The problem with those recruiting servers is that you have people with like 6 mil accounts. So 50 members in a guild. You take your GP, multiply it by 50. That is about the average guild you could be in. And if you're reasonable, you go to a guild that is like average for you. If you're completely fucking unreasonable, then you're 4 million and you're asking to be in a 400 million GP guild, which I see in the recruiting servers all the time. Yeah. And if you're one of those people listening right now, I'm sorry.
But you're about to get roasted in the comments because I see it on Facebook, and they have all these prerequisites that the guild has to have in order for them to join, and they're like, I'm 4.5 million or some shit, and they always get roasted.
If you're one of those people, you put up your post and you say, like, you basically sell yourself to whoever is looking for recruits, and then you post your swigga.gg link. And you can say all the bullshit you want. All of the guild recruiting people have tools to look at your roster by clicking buttons and getting your mod score and seeing what you have and don't have. So just leave the part out about how you're a quote unquote experienced player, how you'll get your 600 tickets, just stop. Tell me what you're looking for, how many stars in TB, whatever. And if you're a good fit, then you'll get 400 messages from the people on the recruiting server, and you will hate yourself because you're going to have so many Discord messages.
A lot.
So that is the ineffective way to recruit because it is so hard because there's too many people. If you really want good recruits, you have to do what our guild leader is really good at, and that is looking through the game at guilds and trying to handpick people that you think would fit into your guild and that you could try to entice them to join you because they could get better rewards. We call that poaching.
Yes, yeah, that's what that's called.
But poaching is probably the most effective way. And actually, we've gotten a lot of good players that way that have stuck around for a long, long time. And they are good contributing members. Bones, you probably don't know this, but Mr. Who was someone that Senator poached.
Okay. Now, did he poach me or did he I don't remember how he got me, or was it you?
I think
that
it was.
found me?
I think it was. It was probably Senator. I don't know.
I don't remember how he even found me. Like, it was out of nowhere. He just like sent me a message, and I was like blown away because I was trying to find a permanent home.
It was probably Senator. It sounds like something he would do. And the final, or the second part of his question was, finally, as a TB officer, how do I herd sheep to get platoons farmed?
Ping,
You
ping,
can
and
use.
ping. There's nothing
Yeah,
else
you can
really
you
do.
can ping people. You can use Hotbot. You can use hot utils.
But even
You can
that
use
stuff isn't enough.
EchoBot.
You know, even that stuff isn't enough to get everybody together. You got to have like a actual all 50. You just have to have the right people together, and it's not easy. Even for me, who tries to be as active as I can, sometimes I fuck up. A lot of the times I fuck up, and there's other people just like me in the guild as well. So it's that there's no real answer to that, is there, Avant? I wouldn't say, because you can do your best, and it still doesn't mean they're going to all participate.
I mean, yeah, sometimes people get distracted or something in real life happens or someone gets busy with work. You never know. But yeah, I think the answer is endless Discord pinging.
I mean, that's the best way. It gets my attention, and I'll do it right there. If I'm not busy, I'll do it right then and there if you ping me, if I can.
Endless Discord pinging.
Pinging,
next question.
Pinging and poaching is the best way to go.
Indeed.
Yes. Next question is from Salacious Dumb. Has Old Man Patch seen Rebels Season 3, Episode 20, Twin Sons?
Nope.
If not, fix it, mister.
I like how you waited to see his answer.
That is what we call a punchline.
That is what we call a good old-fashioned fucker off, and I will report back to you next week if I've seen it or not.
If
they
not,
say
he'll keep telling you to fuck off.
The last act is the greatest piece of Star Wars lore. Small in scale, but huge and poignant. Other small stuff, but interesting.
It's
Dooku
good.
degrading himself, relinquishing his whoosh whoosh to an animal pilf muck muck. I don't know what half of that means, but that's all right.
But if that doesn't get you to want to watch it, then I don't know what will.
I kind of missed that at the end. He kind of lost me there.
He's now not going to watch it ever, thanks to you.
Non-canon Star Wars Tales number 6, Vader's story, is almost heartwarming.
I think you might have fucked that one up a little bit.
Yeah, that's all right. CS wins. All right, for this week, what is the biggest regret in game? We've kind of already talked about that. But is there a character, Zeta or Omicron, that you regret applying?
Not me. I mean, I'll say it again. Just not farming GL sooner in my career.
I would feel bad for anyone who applied the Omicron.
The Omega.
The what Omicron?
Omega.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because it made the cam mission easier if you were having, and then boom, here's this new TB, and you don't need to use Bad Batch or 501st.
I do regret the raid Omicron now. I know a lot of you guys.
Yeah, the bougie Leia Omicron.
Yeah, I regret that.
Yeah, I kind of regret it too.
I also didn't get the refund. I waited too long.
I said it 2 weeks ago. I don't regret it. It made my attacks easier, and that saved me time, and that's worth it to me.
Well, good for you, man. Keep your fucking Omicron, all right?
There you go.
Next question from CS Wins again. If you were to do it all over and go down a different career path, what would be your choice?
Oh, that's easy. NFL analyst.
I think I'd be an engineer.
I'd be a sports writer. I'd be in media and sports somehow. I love that shit. That's why when Bob said you want to do a NFL podcast, I went, dude, I could fucking talk NFL for fucking hours.
Yeah, and then I can just sit there and say stupid takes, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I know, because you're a Chiefs fan and no one fucking loves you, so shut up.
Anything I say, I'll be the best because I'm just always going to pick the Chiefs, and I'll probably be right. So as far as a career for me, I mean, I'm kind of trying to do it now as far as the streaming thing, but maybe being a guy that can fund or come up with ideas for video games and just make them happen, but somewhere in that.
Well, can you hop in your DeLorean and go back in time and unfuck the Knights of the Old Republic game that was supposed to come out on the PS5? Could you do that?
How do you know that I won't end up doing that eventually?
I hope you do. That depressed the shit out of me.
I'm on a big Back to the Future kick right now.
And go back in time and also pester CG and give Sturm a fucking lifter for Slicker.
Yeah.
That's
what we need, a Slicker lifter.
Well, he'll get Praetorian Guard and Snoke soon.
What about you, Sturm? Any second career choice you would have done?
I have no idea. I was thinking about that as you guys were talking. And I always thought it'd be fun to be an electrician. I don't know why, but that always sounded like fun to me. So I'd be an electrician.
I feel like that's one of the scariest jobs you could have. Dude,
well, that's the thing. If you get electrocuted, you get superpowers, right?
Funny, how was your day at work? It was shocking.
Legitimately, I've had like 2 of my kids when they were younger. They watched Spider-Man, so they always thought
Electro.
They thought that, hey, I could get bit by a spider, and they legitimately thought that, and I had to really talk them down from not trying to get bit by a spider because they thought they could be Spider-Man.
Okay, and CS also has a food-related question, as is
tradition.
I love
these. What do we got?
What is your favorite dessert or food to eat while under the influence of alcohol or smoke? Thanks as always, gents.
And when he means smoke, he means the devil's lettuce.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah. If I've had too much to drink, cheesecake. If I've smoked, pecan pie.
I don't like to drink that much when I'm drunk, but like nachos.
Wait a minute, say that again. You don't like to do what?
Did I just say I don't like to drink when I'm drunk? I might have said that. I didn't realize I said that.
Yeah. I don't get the fist, please.
I don't like to eat when I'm drunk, is what I meant to say. But like something like nachos or like French fry nachos or something. But my God, when I smoke, bring me a fucking brownie fudge sundae or some kind of chocolate chip cookie or just cake, anything like that. Some kind of baking thing. Because my wife makes such good cookies, I'll sit there and just like take it in. It's so good. It's like being at home. That's my answer, though.
For me, this question, like, I feel like pizza is the ultimate buzz food for me.
Oh yeah.
I like a nice New York style pizza.
I feel like that's too easy, though.
Yeah,
Come on.
But it's so good. It's so good.
If you could have anything, though, like, get bougie with it if you need to. Anything.
I'll tell you what I would rather do. Rather than eat, because when you eat when you're drunk, I don't smoke anymore. So for me, if I'm drunk, I'm just eating like crappy food, and then I just wake up and I'm like, oh, why did I eat a half a bag of chips last night? That was so stupid. Yeah. I'd much rather go to bed, wake up hungover, and eat like a nice breakfast sandwich or something.
A good diner somewhere and have like a massive breakfast.
Dude,
I'd rather do that.
There, yeah.
And then go back home and go back to sleep.
Fucking potatoes and hash browns and shit. Oh yeah.
Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel.
Okay, I want to go drink and get hungover just to have that kind of food tomorrow.
Sturm, what about you? I don't know. I'm afraid of this answer. You run, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, if the answer is like, what would I typically eat? It would be whatever's in the damn pantry. But if it's anything, it'd be like a cheeseburger. That's what I'd want.
guys are making me hungry.
For sure. The cheeseburger. That is the best drinking food, if you ask me. Drunk food. Nice big cheeseburger.
Every fucking podcast, somebody asks us about food, and I leave the episode, and I'm like, I just want some Frito scoops and a dip. Fuck, dude.
Next question is from Pico Burrito.
Pico.
Longtime listener, multiple time caller. With CG bringing in a sprint double drop for the Leia characters, does your opinion on a 4 marquee requirement change? Does the 2 extra paths for getting shards offset the difficulty in needing 4 new Relic 7 characters? Then he says, I'll take your answers off air, but I'm going to ignore that and we're going to answer it on air.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, we're fucking saying it on air, man.
Yeah, I didn't see it in time. Honestly, no, because I still think a majority of the brunt of the work to get those up to snuff for the event is still there. I mean, this is helpful, but it's not the answer. There's still 4 marquees.
My opinion has not changed. When they dropped that last requirement, I looked at everything. I knew I needed 4 marquees, 2 R7, and I still said, God damn, that was friendly of them. So it doesn't change my mind for the worst or anything, but it's helping me even more than what I thought I would get. But even with the 4 marquees, I like that. I don't have a problem with it. I don't find it worse than having to R9 and R8 a bunch of shit. And like, would you guys agree that this seems maybe even friendlier than Leviathan? I know Leviathan needed fewer characters.
For sure.
Yeah, so
I
would rather be it behind the marquees than really, really high relics and lots.
Well, look at Leviathan and how many people you had to have it at Relic 9.
It was ridiculous.
That was rough.
R7.
That was rough.
You had to have a lot of R7s as well.
Yeah.
What about you, sir? Is your opinion changed with the double drops in the dash? Did we lose Sturm?
Sturm.
No, I'm still here. I'm sorry. No, I think it was very. It's a whole very. This has been a pretty easy. Even with the 4 marquees, I agree. This has been a pretty easy road for this Galactic Legend. So, and this makes it even easier. So, yeah. I can't really complain too much. Yeah. We'll see how quickly I guess they drop Leia though. That if they drop her like in the next 2 weeks, that could be trouble. But right now, it's going well.
That's a good point.
Path right now. Yeah.
That's a good point. Next question from TK. What do you think about Bones' segment being cooking with Bones? Each week, he can give a recipe for one of his bland, condiment-free dishes whipped up in his kitchen.
Look, I don't want to hear about Ritz crackers and SpaghettiO surprise. All right, I know.
Dude,
he can add pics and the recipe to Grillin' and Chillin'. Then Old Man and Avant can tell us what's good or not good about it.
I like that. Now that I like.
And I can't wait for the first episode to be ramen noodle and Dorito casserole.
Oh, God, I'm going to throw up.
I literally feel like I'm in an episode of Kitchen.
So there's a story behind that. I've never done that myself.
Fucking donut.
I'm gonna send some really funny reels into Grillin' and Chillin' that are gonna be just for you, Bones.
Can I have my own tab of just gross food that I can make?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make. You know what? After this show, before I go to, I'm gonna lay in bed and I'm gonna make a tab on our Discord called Bob's Gross Food. And whatever it is you fucking live on, I want pictures. I want 2 pictures a week of the nasty.
Every time I eat, I'm gonna overload. Like every time I eat, I'm gonna take real nice photos of just the shit food I'm making. And
I want you to try to make ramen noodles elegant. Like I want 3-star Michelin fucking quality. All right.
But you guys will be really impressed because I always tell my wife that and I'm not just saying this so I won't get killed. I always said that she could go on to like MasterChef or something because she can do shit like that and she makes really good food. So I'll start posting her food in the grill and chill area and the stuff that I make.
Do you still want me to make? Actually, I'm going to call it Bob's Shit Shack.
I like that much better. Real quick,
God.
fellas, we just got a huge raid. Braves fan tan, hello, my friend, and everyone coming with
Oh,
him.
nice.
With the raid
Oh
of
yeah,
Nice.
thank you guys.
15. Thank you, buddy. Hope all is well with you guys. Oh,
Just remember at the end of the questions, we got to do 3 quick roster rows because we did get 3 people that gave us their ally codes.
we're gonna be here forever.
All right,
so let's get
let
on.
me bust through these last couple questions then. Bodie asks, question for Logan. Have your officers selected their TB or are you going back?
As what?
Have your officers selected a territory battle or are you going back to Hoth?
Oh no, we're doing rise. I don't know where the fuck. I couldn't believe that. Like, I even checked my the guild Discord, and there was no mention that we're going to Hoth. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was 6 days where I just pretty much deployed. I'm not gonna lie. I did a couple of battles just because it was kind of nostalgic to watch
To
your.
just put your characters in and slaughter everyone.
Literally, you just put in a team and hit auto, and you just like they got Ed Norton curb stomp. It was just fucking brutal.
Your guild did the Hoth territory battle?
I don't know why. I think it was due to the raid and conquest. Maybe they're just trying to lighten the load. I get. I don't know, but like we selected Hoth, and I was like, wait a minute, what?
Was it dark? It was a dark side or light side?
We were fighting the Empire.
Oh, you did the easiest one.
Yeah, that's why I did a couple battles on the last sector of it, and I still was like, I'm just gonna pick shit and hit auto. And
You were in wave 1 and you only needed 3-star characters. There's something ridiculous.
Even
like I don't know. And I looked through the guild Discord. I have no idea why we did. That's why I posted on our Discord. I was like, guys, I'm in Hoth, and I don't know why. Like we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. I'm not sure what the fuck happened here.
Can't you get like one of those old school what are they called? Achievements or
Achievements.
something?
I
Yeah.
think
For max stars.
that might have had something to do with it. Maybe there was
Yeah.
some sort of achievement or something, but I was
I
like,
know one of those Hoth achievements I never got. I don't remember which one it is.
Probably the dark side one because it was
It's
harder.
one with the ad at as you get the picture of the ad at whatever one that is. I think
That's
it
the
is.
dark side one, yeah.
Yeah.
no, we're back on the good one now.
Next question is from Aussie Mike. With CG throwing around the droid brains in the upcoming event, softening us up for something or just being unusually kind? And I feel like we kind of already addressed that.
Yeah, we did.
Bodhi, with additive drops and bonus drops, meaning people want to hoard crystals, is this a cunning plan by CG to make people choose between getting their Leviathan up to snuff or getting all the goodies?
Oh no, we addressed that too. But to reiterate, that's exactly what they're doing. Exactly. For those that have been saving their crystals for Leviathan, now you're presented with double drops, which could give you the option to maybe get a little farther for Leia. Maybe give people a moment of pause. Well, it's 6-star. I could maybe wait till the next time. I'm not doing too bad. So yeah, I think that was really smart on CG's part to make the player base think and go, wow, that's a lot of fucking signal data I could be missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of signal data.
2 more viewers who have questions. First one is Subtle Dagger. If you could create your own tune, what faction would you be? And who would you want to synergize with abilities? ?
It would be Dex from the Clone Wars, and I want him to throw fucking frying pans at you. And yeah, I'd be down with that.
That's pretty good.
Is he the guy from Attack of the Clones?
Dexter Jetster, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy in the diner that Obi-Wan takes the dart to.
Doesn't he have a droid that looks just like 50 RT? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. with a wheel, right? Just it's like a wheel waitress droid or whatever.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
her face looked just like 50RT, and that's who I thought a Shorty was whenever she first came out. So yeah, we do need him. He could be
I was literally being a sarcastic ass, and here we are actually making a side tangent on this. But okay, works too.
And I'm just gonna say Teak. I've been wanting Teak for a long time. Give
Mm-hmm.
us Teak.
Yeah.
If we have fucking Kneesa, Teak is much better.
With a lightning ability where he just like speeds around the screen and everyone dies.
And you're not wrong, because that's what I think of. Like he speeds all over the place, and then I don't. It might be a little OP for everyone to die, but you could put a bunch of debuffs on speed down or something like that and speed up.
I've said it before, and I will say it again. I want Kalo Nord from Knights of the Old Republic. He's already in game. I would like a Old Republic bounty hunter. I think that would be fucking awesome. So, on a serious note, that's what I would go with.
Does he have that helmet? Does he have the helmet that looks like the Imperial Guards? That guard?
No, he's got those goggles, right? He
No,
wears
he's got
goggles.
Kalo Nord has goggles. He's got 2 twin blasters, and he goes 1, 2, and if he gets to 3, you're dead.
Yeah, you die.
For a kit. If he gets to 3 turns into the match, he does an insta kill. It'd be great.
Yeah.
What about you, Sturm? Any characters?
Yes, this is an easy one. Sith Empress Rey.
Oh God.
Rey has her Ben Swallow lifter, and we need to, for symmetry, Kylo needs his Sith Empress Rey. That's what we need.
I actually don't hate that idea.
I don't either. Like,
Does she get the cool lightsaber where she
double-bladed red lightsaber, the one that folds in half? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
The only thing is, if they did something like that, it would be a gimme to almost like most of the community. Like, say if that was a really good conquest character, the lifter for that team, it would be all resistance and first order feats. And everybody's going to, unless you put her as
not everybody. Not everybody. There are some purists.
No, there are. But if you put her as first order and also unaligned force user.
Interesting.
Oh.
My answer to this question is easy. It's 9 no. The best solace in there is.
Oh, we forgot. Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
No, you didn't forget. You didn't forget. You waited to the end, you fuck, and it's not happening. Fuck out of it.
The next question from Subtle Dagger. Game accomplishment that you remember doing a fist pump for.
Yep. CLS. It took me 3 times coming around. And when I got him, he was my first big legendary. And I dropped to my knees in front of my family and was cheering with my hands in the air. And they were all looking at me like, what is going on here? Yeah.
I can think of 2 moments. The most recent was Grand Inquisitor because that event was torturous.
It was.
And I was more excited when I unlocked gas. I unlocked gas not the first time, but the second time. And I think I played that event for like 6 hours. And when I beat it, I think I slapped the countertop so hard that my wife was startled. And she was like, "What? What's wrong? What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't think you understand how ridiculously lucky I just got."
It's funny that you said her reaction was what's wrong, because every day, like, I'll lose a match in, like, my arena climb or something, and I'll go, God damn it, or something. And she goes, what's wrong, like, all the time. And she goes, let me guess, your game. And I'm like, yep. Anyways, moving on.
What about you, Stern?
I don't think mine was as much of an achievement, but it was just dumb luck. I pulled a 330 shard pack for Kylo Ren Unmasked. And I was
holy shit,
super excited. The most excited I've ever been in the game.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They've been doing it that long? Those
yep.
packs?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, they're coming back around, right? Are you guys going to do those?
What's coming back around?
The 330 pack for 5,000 crystals.
No, this was I bought. This was just like a marquee. Was a marquee, and it's the one that's a 0.1% chance.
Oh.
So it was like the 1,200 pack or whatever crystals with a 0.1% chance, and I nailed it.
That is
I've hit
Bones-
that once in my
Bones,
entire gaming history. I've hit that once.
Yep, that was the only time I hit it. Was
Bones,
Kylo Ren, my favorite.
you're talking about the data mined packs that are going to be shard shop currency for. It's like 8,000 shard shop currency for a full character, randomly.
It's not crystals?
No, it's shard shop currency, and then there's another pack that's 5,000 shard shop currency for, like Zetas, Omegas, maybe an Omicron if you're lucky, and then either Droid Brains or Gear to Keep Heads.
I did not know that, so I'll probably get it then. Try it out.
Last question is from E-Ray Crafting Way. GL modding check. I want to see how the host's Lord Vader is modded. Not the full squad, just Lord Vader himself. Show primaries, talk about the secondaries that you went for, and show stats at the end. Don't worry, Bones. I'll choose a new GL each week so you get your chance to flex. Smiley face.
It better be Bad Batch. I'll let you know how mine are getting done.
GL Bad Batch.
And also, you guys don't have to show anything. Just say what you got going on.
Okay. Logan, are you ready or you want me to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so my Lord Vader is Relic 8, and I have 3 health sets on him. The square has to be offense. The diamond has to be defense. I have a protection circle. I have a protection cross, a protection triangle, and a protection arrow. And then my speeds are he's not super fast. Like, I don't put my fastest mod sets on my GLs. I know I've said this on a previous podcast. I'd rather put them on secondary characters and make them elevated than put my best sets on GLs. That may be an unpopular opinion, but my Lord Vader is actually pretty slow. He's 482, so he's plus 92 speed, but his health and protection are 135 and 218. So you roll them both together, and that's his total health pool, right? So he's going to be 135 and 218 together combined for the full health pool there.
Damn, that 218 protection, that's huge.
All right.
Yeah, it's because I've got the arrow, the triangle, the cross, and the circle all protection, and everything's sliced up to 6 dots, so they're 24% protection.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Ur Revolve, thank you for the follow, my friend. Hope all's well. Can't think enough.
So my Lord Vader is Relic 9. I've got a speed set and a health set. Speed is 570. Health is 116,000. Protection is 118. Crit damage at a $192. And I just want my Vader to be really. I want first turn. And my Vader does what I want it to do. I know it's not exactly a popular. I know a lot of people mod their Lord Vader differently, and not everybody has a speed set. But a lot of the primaries I have are for protection, so he is pretty durable, and speed kills. And at 570, he's pretty fucking fast.
He's a lot faster than mine.
My Lord,
I could probably swap out my mods and make it faster, but I just want him to be thick, and that's all he is he's thick. He's a thick boy.
my Lord Vader's also all health mods, six health mods, all 6 dots. My speed's 520. My health is 144, and my protection's 136.
All right. That's all quite
All right,
impressive.
That's it for the viewer questions.
Before we go off, I think we should do our goodbyes or whatever, our closing out, and then for recording purposes, and then we'll continue on with the roast. Do you guys want to do that?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, we can do that.
So everyone who's here live with us, we're gonna say goodbye, but we're not really leaving. I'm just doing that for the podcast. So.
Yeah, because we've been on for the amount, but we will do the roster roast. So stay tuned.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
No.
Let's thank our guest viewer and pimp your stuff out, Sturm.
Yeah, no, please, Sturm. Yeah, let everybody know where they can find you.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I am one half of the Good Morning Core Band podcast, which we need. Mikey and I need to start being a little more regular and putting out our content. But his schedule and my schedule, sometimes it's rough to get us out there. But we are on all the podcast providers, whatever, Apple, etc. We texted Mikey if he could join us tonight, and he is in Pittsburgh right now. That guy travels more often than anyone I've ever seen before, and he said he was in California, and now he's in Pittsburgh, and that's why he couldn't join us tonight. So, but yeah, we're the Good Morning Core Band guys.
Yeah, and we always love having you guys on, man. We had him by himself too, but we'll have to get you guys on at the same time here when you guys have some time.
For sure.
And,
absolutely.
And let Mikey know, man, no hard feelings. We love the guy. We want him on. Avant's the dickhead. Avant's the guy who kicked him out. Tell him not to judge me.
Wow. Hey,
Mikey is salty.
Did you get the license plate of that Greyhound bus? You have to catch that? Holy shit. Good
That was better.
night,
That was
Bob.
better than your last dad joke. All right.
Mikey is definitely salty, but he'll forgive you. He's cool.
Well, with that being said, fellas, another one in the books, episode 11. We're doing really good. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you all the new people that came in. Braves Fantan, thank you for the raid and everyone that came with it. We are up to almost 120 followers and 11 episodes, so we can't do that without you guys. So
no, we do. We appreciate it. Stay with us. More fun, more debauchery, more scoundrels coming at you. Stick around even after we don't. We're not live. We're going to do 3 roster roasts for those that put their accounts up, and yeah, then we'll say goodnight again. But from myself, Sturm, thank you again, brother. You are always welcome in the canteen with us anytime. Avant, Bob, everybody, good night.